tried, but I'm living where I'm meant to be, a place he can reside. Now resistance comes my way, I'll seize the opportunity to become what I am destined for, what I'm supposed to be. You and me, we're not the same. You wanna take me, you'll never break me. You're nothing more
wir gehen nachher von der Lage weiter.
Und wir kommen da mit dem Einlauf. Viele Hexenkessel.
Swiss Bowl 36, the native crew is presenting you Swiss Bowl 2022. You already saw the referees entering the game. I just want to mention one guy on that crew. It's the guy with the white hat.
Here we see the Broncos getting ready to lead their way out the tunnel.
Get ready too. But Hans Zwicker, his game today is his game number 1000 as a referee. Not as a white hat, but as a referee. He's doing football for quite a long time in his entire life.
It seems like it. That's 1,000 games. That's a lot of giving back and supporting all the young men who are out there shedding their blood, sweat, and tears. And you need the referees to be there supporting that whole process. So thank you very much, Hans.
30 years as a referee, a lot of experience. 30 years is a lot of time. He was 12th time a referee in the Swiss Bowl. He was 11th time in the Austrian Bowl too. Austria, quite a better league than Switzerland is, or was. Like Austria was a better league.
They've had a little bit different model. We're a little bit sooner to the podium, I think.
He was 22 years ago. He was the white hat on the back in the days called Champions League final, now known as the Euro Bowl, or not even existing anymore, the Euro Bowl.
Right.
He had like 60 games and international games.
There you go. We got Bern taking coming out of the tunnel. Being led by Leike, defensive captain, team captain, national team captain.
National captain for a long time, and just a freak of an athlete.
Yeah, he's a little bit special. He's been there, and he's helped, I think, turn around a lot of football in Switzerland in terms of the dedication to the game, and especially on the national team. He's really been a reliable leader there.
And he's a leader on and off the field. He is like one of the guys that always shows up for any extra chin work. And if you look at his body, if I would be a girl, I'd probably take him over a lot of the other guys. And yeah, the Swiss national anthem will follow.
Schweizer Nationalhymne. Are getting louder here today. You can hear probably in the drums in the background. Pretty full crowd. People are still making their way in, but the stands are looking rather full.
Yes, looks like what we already told you in the game before. It looks like one of the better attended Swiss Bowls in the last years.
And it's certainly a great day for it.
It's a great day for football, actually. The Broncos are officially the Wissington team, because the Bern Grizzlies have the #1 seed. They haven't lost a single game 2022. The Broncos played the Central European Football League. They lost in the semi-final against the Parma Panthers, who got beaten, not badly, but who got beaten like quite a lot on the final against the Schwäbisch Hall Unicorns.
Yeah.
So what we can expect from both sides of the ball, the Broncos have a new quarterback. They do not have the pass-heavy offense they had the last couple of years with Conor Manning under center. They have Adrian Sunderhoff, one of the best receivers in the country, out for the season since a long time. They have Moritz Boller, used to be their wide receiver coach for a long time, national team receiver in the past. Usually playing for the Victory Warriors, but is now back on the bowl. with the Calanda Broncos, dressed up, expect to start.
It's a nice surprise to see. It'll be good to see him out on the field.
And on the other side of the ball with the black jerseys, we have Clark Evans, the quarterback to mention. He is like a beast.
Yeah, this is going to be a key to the game for sure for the Broncos if they're going to have a chance to make that that third victory for Bern, take it away from them. They're going to have to really control Clark for sure.
Yes.
He's been successful all over Europe. Everywhere he's played, he's had success, and he's definitely a key.
And
key
he's a leader also on and off the field. Freak of an athlete too. He's working off his ass together with his wife, who's playing rugby in the French part of Switzerland.
He's obviously an American-born, but happens to have a Swiss passport, so that's an added bonus.
Maybe soon.
His wife being Swiss.
The head coach of the Bern GRIZZLIES, Armand Manson, in the halftime of the first game, the relegation game where the Renegades won, told me that he was expecting a 50-0 lead for the halftime for the Bern GRIZZLIES, because we will see a complete different than the regular season. We will have Tim Hagman replacing Dominic Mischler on the safety position.
Yeah, he's had an ending knee injury a couple weeks ago.
So this is a one-to-one replacement. Like Tim and Dom are.
See, Dominique's been having really one of his best seasons.
Yeah.
He's been really getting better and better. He's also part of the national team program, which is great. And I have to say, we saw a little spark in Dominique 7 years ago or so, and he came into national team captain. He wasn't quite in shape, but he had like a little bit of vision. And I remember saying to him in that camp, he's like, I think if you just get yourself in shape, you'll have a chance next year. And man, did he ever change his approach. And he's been really one of the top defensive backs here, so that'll be a loss for them for sure. But they're quite lucky that they get to take Tim, who's obviously one of the better defensive backs around Europe with his GFL background, and fit him in. So Tim will probably be playing a little both ways today.
The Broncos will get the ball first. The Bern GRIZZLIES, they declined to get the second half option.
And you see number 20 there, the long-standing Bronco, Rex.
The other thing I was told
Mara.
about the Calanda Broncos, like one of their most experienced offensive linemen just said, we were practicing plays this week. We haven't practiced the whole season long.
Yeah.
So there are, of course, plays in the playbook of Jeff Buffum that you will not expect as a defensive coordinator for the Bern GRIZZLIES.
Absolutely agree. And then, Buffum has had Euro Bowl championships. He's had Swiss Bowl championships. He's had just about every success you can have. And coaches like that always have something saved. The Broncos are the most successful team.
1,200 people in the stadium right now. 1,228 official number.
That's a good turnout. Here we go, and the ball's up. It's in the end zone, and will he take it out? He's going to take it out.
We return. Max Gray.
Max Gray.
Taking off the first time. He's got a chase by Chase Liggins. Jay Liggins.
Bad. It's about a 26-yard return. End up on the 23. It was about 3 yards deep to start.
24-yard line. You could get it to the 25 for free, but
but he wouldn't have had the chance. I would sacrifice that 1 yard to have a chance to break it every time.
You never know. So both of the teams let one of these two Americans they have on the roster play on the kickoff and kick return team.
Yeah. Special teams are important when you're at this high level. So let's see what we got here. We got bunch right.
Trips right, like a bunch formation. No receiver to the left.
Got a little quick hand, nice quick handoff.
Quick pass to Philip.
Simple, easy pickup.
The designated safety playing for Denmark usually. Up in north, he's back healthy. Played receiver on the semifinal against Basel II.
Okay.
Had some pretty decent catches on really not critical, but important first down situations. So 6-yard gain for the Broncos on the first play.
Good, nice second and 4 situation. Little inside run. Defense is there. Stuffs it up. We got a
Burry and Lichty stuffing the holes.
Andreas Burry's really been a powerhouse too the last couple of years. So that's and he looks like he's playing a little bit off the edge here.
Looking
outside
like a 4 defensive lineman. They're like playing a 3-4-3-3, 4-3 kind of.
They're doing some. A little bit less standard stuff. I had a talk with their coach, defensive coordinator this week too, and We've been doing some, more unique things. Oh, we got
Chase
a real
Henry's
fast
taking
run.
off to the
Great
sideline
little
for the Bern Grizzlies. Greg DeBozera, running back number 5, actually with a very nice block on Jay Liggins, the former NFL practice squad player. That was chasing Chase Andrews on that play.
We'll take a look at what's going on here in the secondary right now. We got Hagman's we're at safety. Looks like they're playing a cover 2. We got a little bit of a
Magma number
he's
13.
coming down for the bunch to make sure he's in a good position. Secondary looks strong. Quarterback's back.
To the right.
Simple pickup.
Greg DeBozera.
Ooh, and a good close.
Oh, no, it's not Greg DeBozera. It's Philip
Close
Boyd
on
again.
By Hagman. On to number 9.
Nice hit, actually.
Philip
Boyd. Philip Holm.
Oh, he's moving the ball in
He
a
broke
nice
his
second down situation.
collarbone like 8 weeks ago, I think.
Did he? Okay.
10 weeks ago.
He's back from that. I mean,
Used to be here as a defensive reinforcement player, but now also plays on the offense. And he has pretty good hands. And he was working out with Chase Andrews all week long, like every day. You saw them on the practice field together. Greg DeBozera looks like he's healthy back again. He was banged up too. He has an insane speed after 1 or 2 steps.
That's one of the things we heard today as well. As the Broncos actually are maybe as fresh as they've been all year long.
And their offensive line haven't played since game 2 on this constellation. So Joel Maley is back on the right guard position.
The battle is for sure there, I think. I mean, it's going to be a key matchup for the Broncos defense against Evans, as we mentioned, and how he moves the ball. But the front line between the Calanda Broncos and the D line for the Bern Grizzlies, that's a key development here in how this game's going to work.
Pass
It's
to
down.
the left.
Simple pass, sits it down on the stop.
By Moritz Bowler, 6-yard gain. These are the plays you want to do, like easy passes, short passes, getting these 5-6 yards done by not putting a lot of effort in, not for free, but like, yeah.
For free, but it's
Get a coverage tight so you open up the deep balls then. Because Chase Andrews can throw the ball. Of course he can.
Go, ball's out
Ball
again,
to the
picking
right
up
side.
the
Padrón.
close and a tackle by corner Cedric Cordy, 21.
Short to the first down. Makes it a third and very short.
It's a good close, gives him an opportunity here on the Bern defense. It was a good close by Cordy, who's also a national team player. One of the physically, you got to say, the Bern team has really developed over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
They have a lot of standout players on Bern that are actually part of the national team program. And
like athletically, the Bern Grizzlies always were a hell of a team.
Yeah.
But also play intelligent wise.
3-man front.
They improved a lot.
Oh, we got a long
Deep
ball. He's wide open.
and
He's overthrown him.
He's overthrown Moritz Bowler.
Had a little bit of a step on Hagman there. He's going to probably have to reevaluate the speed of Bowler.
Yeah, he's old but not rusty.
He's old, but
he's not as old as I always do. He's 32
He's just been
years
around.
old.
He's been
around for like 100 years in Swiss football. So.
That's right. Everybody knows him. But that was actually an impressive pattern, and I know the quarterback there is going to want to not miss out on another attempt like that. Over in the bunch again taking up the
short pass to the left to Philip Holm. Gets tackled at about the 33-yard line.
Pretty simple football. We've got Big Mathis out there on the line, who's a legend already here in Switzerland. But
yeah, well, he hasn't played as long for a team as he did for the Calanda Broncos.
He's been here. I actually played with him many
Played
years ago.
with him too, yeah. You stopped like 10 years ago?
Yeah, he was older than me then, I think. He's still playing, so.
And he is still like
getting the job done.
Rich. So there's a timeout taken from the Calanda Broncos on that 3rd and 5 situation in the Bern territory on the 34-yard line about.
This will be an interesting conversion right here. I'm going to see if they can make this first down happen or not.
Yep.
That'll be the first real opportunity for Bern to maybe get off the field on the defensive side. But let's see what Coach Buffum and
what kind of play they
the Broncos have.
The Broncos have Stefan Hell on number 44. He is a designated running back. He played quarterback when he was a younger guy in Germany. Played for the Stuttgart Scorpions, the Frankfurt Universe too. And he's now playing some kind of wingback, tight end formation. And he is a massive guy to tackle, like Clark Evans on the other side of the ball. So maybe he got to be handed the ball, or he got to be the lead blocker for Brecht de Bozere, who's lined up as the number 1 running back. Let's see what the Broncos have in their playbook to play that for 3rd and 5.
Trips right for
Trips right.
QB.
No receiver on the left side.
And he's coming back on
Speed
a little
motion from
orbit.
Sussy.
Inside
Brecht de
run.
Bozere, and when he takes off, he could be gone.
There you go. Got a big pile up, big strong run. Nice gain inside. Puts him in field goal range for sure. I think we got a
player from the Grizzlies has the ball in his hand. It's Tim Hackman actually.
He's come out with the ball, but I'm pretty
Probably
sure that was a stop from forward motion, forward progress.
Forward progress was already stopped, so.
We got a zebra huddle out there trying to resolve what they saw.
We're talking about with the ref crew right now if there was a turnover or not. Could be quite important for the game if they rule it as like a fumble, but.
Gonna be a question, did anybody blow the whistle? Couldn't hear it from up here, obviously, with the crowd noise, but.
So let's see what they decide to.
Oh, and there you go.
That's a turnover. Okay.
The defense.
So the forward progress wasn't stopped yet.
I'd say it was a pretty successful opening drive for the Broncos, but that's an unfortunate loss. Turnover there for the defense on Bern. They've pulled it out, stripped the ball.
Got the ball on their own 16-yard line. So.
And now here's the question. I think Burns this year has been the most productive offense.
Yeah.
So we'll see if the Broncos are prepared for them.
Broncos with their 3-man front with the blitz from Marco Rexmoor. Dimitri Fellers taking off.
Big strong run to start out, and they're trying to strip the ball again, Big gang tackles there. Oh, getting a little extra push. That's probably close to a unnecessary right there. But
it's definitely
57.
unnecessary, but it's not getting ruled as a foul right now.
I'm gonna let it go for now.
I assume he will not gonna do that again, unless he get punished for it. Very nice run on the first drive.
That's a great opening run, absolutely.
Really good.
We got cover 2, looks like, here from this Broncos secondary. Oh, and we got a free play.
Free play.
You
should whistle that down because it's a free shot to the quarterback. It should have been whistled down way earlier.
The referees better kind of get a little control out there, hopefully. I'd like to see this be a nice, clean match. Sometimes it can. Now, this is a great situation for the Bern.
It was.
1st and 5.
So usually if there is like an offside of the defense or a neutral zone infraction and somebody has a free shot to the quarterback, you should have to whistle to play that because they can hurt quarterbacks. Maybe not quarterbacks like Clark Evans, but it's not a Clark Evans rule.
Trips right for Bern.
It's Ivan Ibungu.
Cutback.
Let's come
Maybe
back.
a missed tackle there. The blitzing backer.
4 yards gain.
Blitzing safety maybe.
Makes it a 2nd and 1. One of the most dangerous down you can have is a 2nd and really short. Just 1 yard to go.
Sylvain Kasut. That's
the linebacker off the Calanda Broncos, right?
Yeah. Kind of got in the backfield early, but just didn't quite get to the ball carrier. See, he's looking like he might be coming again. Trips right for Grizzlies. Backside, and a nice zip. I think he's going to be out of bounds.
Out of bounds, yes.
That's sort of what we were missing
in there. Kavya Budra.
We were missing that a little bit from the previous game, the regulation game. That zip on the ball, which Evans just showed. Getting that ball out there with some real authority.
So third and short for the Grizzlies now, and I would
Trip
bet on a
situation
run
looking for the backside. One-on-one here.
It's
Inside run.
a stop.
And number 7 in on the play for the Broncos.
Very nice executed play from the Broncos defensive line. There's a player down on the Grizzlies.
Got number 4 out there. Sebastian Katz at corner for the Broncos.
His brother's playing for the for the Galaxy in the ELF.
Okay.
As a corner too. Played for the Broncos last year. The 2 Ket brothers. That's why he's
Somebody
called.
looked at here early on the field. Medical crew. Always have to
see
be
that at
thankful
all.
for them. They're here supporting the players. 9 ripping off. Looks like he's going to be,
Pascal Hollenstein.
yeah, playing offensive line. Sometimes defensive line. Also been on the national team for a couple of years.
Does not look
always
very
a shame
good.
to see a strong player like
So
that
the
going
Grizzlies
down.
will punt, or are they going for the 1.5 yard on some?
I know Sebastian's girlfriend, Laura, will probably be a little concerned. He's limping off, but seems like that's something he's going to recover from. There we go, and the punt's back. Oh, and almost get there, and enough to disturb the punt. Short punt.
40-yard line.
There we go.
It's actually Tiziano Castagnaro with number 7. He switched numbers with Mauro Bueller, who's playing with number 11.
Okay.
Mauro's back from a real bad cancer battle he had the last couple of years. Actually, his first game he played this year, he's also the Comeback Player of the Year from Pro Football Switzerland.
Really?
Mauro Bueller, he played his first game in Bern, and then he played the second game against Bern again. And that's a heartbreaking story, because if you know Mauro and if you look at him right now, or if you have a look at him when he was like really in bad shape and really on bad
Got a little
body.
roll out, quick pickup,
Chilling,
good gang tackle. Doesn't amount to much, maybe a yard,
maybe 2.
2 yards.
Fully Palm again, favorite target for now for Chase Andrews, quarterback of the Calanda Broncos.
And Chase certainly wearing a good number, number 2, which I
Number 2.
formerly wore back in the Euro Bowl championship some time ago with
Like
the
exactly 10 years ago.
Broncos. 10 years, exactly.
That was a hell of a game played in Vaduz in the Principality of Liechtenstein. 6,500 people were there.
Yeah, it was a nice atmosphere for sure.
Such great.
Here we go. Brushes up by the defense. O-line's looking good
Ball
and sitting on the
spin
pocket.
plays perfectly on Moritz Bowler.
Nice sit down, 10-yard stop.
Don't need to get tackled if it's not necessary there, because that 1 or 2 extra yard you might get.
It's a really nice pass, actually, sitting the receiver down.
Yep. Nobody else can be at that ball except the receiver, so perfectly placed. The Broncos with their some kind of bunch formation again. No receiver on the right side of the field.
There we go. It's a
Chase
straight,
Andrews running.
getting the sideline.
Eric Reguet is his lead blocker, running out of the sideline
Corner.
for a 5-yard gain.
21.
4 yards.
Cedric Cordy again, trying to push the play to the sideline. Does a pretty good job. Corner's got to really try and make sure that he controls that outside shoulder, but he does good there to keep the gain to a minimum 4.
The Broncos did not play a lot of designed quarterback runs during the season. There were some of them. Chase Andrews showed some of his potential during the season on the ground, but he might be a hell of a runner. He's not as body-wise, not the same runner as Clark Evans is, but he's fast, man. I saw him in practice, and when he takes off, he's like really fast.
There we go.
He gets chased
throwaway.
now from Dom Lichty.
Lichty, as we mentioned earlier, captain from the national team, insurmountable leader. He's been playing football for 12 years. Feels like he's been playing for a lot longer than that because he's been so much on the scene.
Yes.
Went over to the States for a short time, had a little bit of scholarship opportunity there. That's great. You know, he's obviously his parents and girlfriend Bianca are probably here today in the stands watching the game.
Yeah, they're usually around. 3rd and 6 for the Broncos in Bern territory.
We got the little trips to the shallow side again.
Chase Henry's taking off through the middle of the field, but that's not enough for a first down.
Trying to bring a little bit of pop there from the secondary. Number 10 from the Bern Grizzlies giving a good pop.
So you have now 1.5 years to go with the offensive line with Andrew Mattis and Michel Derums. They are together about 320 kilograms on the left side of the offensive line.
Yeah.
So they got to go for it. Looks like they got to go for it. They might try a hard count, let the defense jump, and then go deep. But if not, they got to follow probably the left side of the offensive line.
What are they going to do here?
They're
Reverse.
running
Is he
some
going to get
kind
there?
of
Oh, and
Chase
then
Henry's as a receiver there.
And enough to get the first down.
Get the first down. That's one of the plays.
It's in the back pocket.
They haven't played this season, but
I think that you got the first down there, but I would expect that Coach Buffum was hoping to get a little bit more out of that. But that's, you know, that's the kind of things that
that's how you get a first down done.
Yeah.
So Philip Holm has his first completion in National League 8 football.
Another southpaw. Another southpaw. It seems to be a theme of quarterbacks today. All right, let's see here. We got trips, motion, orbit. And a little inside run.
No, it's
nice
Eric Regget, I think. Through the middle. Yes.
Eric with the run. I think he's really...
Eric is called Kiwi in the team because he is small, brown, and hairy.
Yeah, there's a nickname for you right there. The Kiwi.
It comes from Rex, actually.
It's not because he's from New Zealand.
No, not at all. He's half Brazil, half Swiss.
Yeah.
And he's playing with injured shoulder. He torn his labrum on the shoulder against the Grizzlies.
It's been a long season.
He will need
for sure
surgery at the end of season.
He's really grown as a player too. I think he's really improved the way he's nimble. He's a little bit more agile than he used to be as a younger player.
He was on that world team back in the days, like 215 or 218, I think.
And you see the Broncos here. Coach Buffum really controlling the pace, controlling the game the way he wants at this point of the game.
3rd and 2, deep in Bern territory, so definitely another 4th down to go situation maybe.
Got them in the bunch here, trying to keep somebody.
Let's see what Chase Henry's is doing. Lead blocking by Eric Regget again. That's
go.
a late hit. That's an unnecessary push from number 10 of the Bern Grizzlies. It's like 2 yards after the sideline. So
I think that was also a little bit of play by Chase Andrews there. He felt the hand out. He knows he was out of bounds, and I think he elaborated a little bit here. But you know, that was more than a step outside the line. So what can you do? You got to be careful when you're on the defensive side of the ball. Those things cost you.
This is how you take steam off a defense when you flag plays like that. If you let them go through, the fire could be a little maybe too hot then on the field. If you go with a flag on that specific play, I'm fine with that because it was like 2 yards out of bounds. It was not really necessary at all. But it takes a little bit of steam away from the defense to get these extra yards and get these extra steps out of bounds. And
I'm just trying to determine here a little bit of the strategy. I mean, we have the trips and the bunch to the short side a lot, which is opening up the other side.
They haven't shown that
for a little bit
formation all season long. So
here you go, his quick swing.
He's going
to want
probably
that
a legal formation.
That was a very good opportunity. Running back, just lasering out of the backfield. Get him out.
There was nobody there.
Nobody there.
And with the speed what Brecht de Bozer has,
just has to get him in his hands.
In the end zone. Yeah. But there was a false start on offense, so 5 yards back. The bad thing is now you showed the play you want to run. And you haven't shown that play before, but you get called back 5 yards. That's not the 5 yards that you're angry about. It's the
use of the play.
Yes.
That's right.
Because they got to have an eye on that. They got to put a spy or something on the running back then.
The next time anybody motions out of the backfield that way early, there's going to be somebody more likely there. That's one of the things when you get to the teams this level. They're coached well, and they really are starting to adjust on those kind of things. Make the mistake once, but not twice too often.
Usually not.
Here we go. Back, he's got, being chased down, and he's got backside. Now he's got lots of green grass right here.
Deep
and that might be a pass interference.
Should have, yes. The flag is coming late, but it's absolutely okay. I think
That's a
That
long
was
time.
definitely a push from Tim Hackman there.
Yeah, he just got it into him too. It's hard for a DB to cover for that long.
Yeah, you
It
cannot
really
cover
is tough.
forever. So
So you need sort of, it's a real symbiotic relationship, D-line and DB.
Yeah.
It's unbelievably important. The D-line gets there fast enough and makes the DB look good. The DB covers for a long enough time that the D-line looks good.
Yeah.
But it's hard if they're both a little bit off step there, and it just, that's what happened there. Tim was chasing him around the field for a little bit longer than he wanted to.
So it's a half a distance penalty. It's not like in the NFL where it would be put on the 1 yard line. So it's half a distance, but an automatic first down. So that makes the Broncos a first and goal on about maybe the 8 yard line.
There we go.
Or 7 yard line.
Okay, they're marking it as.
They put it on the 3. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
15-yard
If
penalty, right?
if it happens in the end zone, it will be put on the 3 with automatic first down, right?
Yeah, so we got
If
first
it's in
two.
between the first 15 yards. So there is always an addition to any rule in football.
So we got, what, three yards in goal here. 2 yards
It's
in goal.
3 for, yeah. We haven't seen Chase Andrews under center the entire season. Not a single snap I have seen from the Calanda Broncos playing under center. We have Marco Rexmore, number 20, usually one of the best linebackers Switzerland ever had,
Yeah.
playing as a fullback. Honestly, I do not want to get hit by Rex
Yeah,
as a
he's
defensive
the
player.
Tyrannosaurus
Coming
Rex.
with like
Now, Rex
5,
is
6,
actually,
7 yards of speed towards you.
you know Rex longer than I do, but I mean, I had the opportunity to play with him as he comes up from junior. I was over with the Broncos at that time, and he's kind of a unique player because he's played he's not just one of the best linebackers, but he was a DB when he came up, and he moved over from O-line as a center, and
Right.
he
was
played
still
all
the long
over the
snapper
field.
for the Broncos.
And I remember the year that he came over at DB, and he was a little bit, young and a little bit awkward bit, and then he left to the States for a year, came back as
played for
just
Santa
an
Monica
animal.
College. Public.
Just really
Yeah.
fell in love with the weight room over there, and just came back. And since
And
then,
he's
he's been
still
really
in love with the
exceptional.
weight room, of course. He and Kai Takahashi, number 48, they are the two guys there every time in the gym.
Yeah,
Like you can be there from 6 in the morning or 10 in the evening. Somebody is always there.
I think that's one of the things you see on
Broncos
both sides
playing
of the
on
ball
the
here
center.
today. We're inside. Rex got the ball,
Rex getting the ball and goes to the
dive.
end zone.
and we got a score. Marco Maurer.
Fullback
with the first
dive. Mike Alsted, back in the days, couldn't do it better on that situation.
Everybody likes innovative football, but sometimes the old stuff works,
Yeah,
right?
it works. If you have an offensive lineman, Andrew Mattis. Andrew Mattis, left tackle for like 100 years playing football. You have Michel Derung, such a fridge on the left side. You have Mika Pargazzi playing his ass and heart off as a center.
And now you see
you
Rex
follow
jumping
these
into the
guys.
long snapper, right?
He
So
is the
it's-
long snapper of the team, so.
He's, he kicks up.
Oh, that
and
kick is not good at all.
Oh, and we got another flag.
Probably roughing the kicker, so
We got a roughing
maybe.
the kicker here. That's going to be re-kick.
Or you go for 2 from the 1.5 yard line. Do the same
I
play
would, I
again.
would be tempted at this point.
How could you stop that play? You can lay down as a defensive lineman, and he got to jump over you then.
I would imagine the Coach Buffum's got something up his sleeve for these sort of situations. I
I'm
don't
pretty
think
sure.
he'll just be kicking it if he gets the opportunity. I'm pretty sure he'll go for 2.
It doesn't matter if it was running into the kicker or roughing the kicker. It will be.
A second attempt either
We
way.
will hear it from Hans Tucker. Running to the kicker. Dam Lichty. Okay, the try will be played again, half a distance. So
Let's see here. Are they going to kick it up?
they kick it again. Looks like the kicking team is out there.
This is one of the things you see over here too. You've got so many of your better athletes doing multiple things. You see Eric out there is a running back, but he's also kicking the ball for PATs. It's not an
No,
unusual thing.
they go
Yeah.
with the same play again, I promise you. They got a fullback dive again.
Yeah. They just feel like they can dominate a particular spot here, it looks like. There we go.
This time is Eric putting in the 2-point conversion.
That
So
was
it's
quite a push. If we can see a replay there, you're going to see that line dominate.
that's like wow. And this is the Bern GRIZZLIES defensive line.
I mean, based on that push right here, this is a play you're going to come back to.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at that line. Everyone stepping in together, all in sync. Just a wall of red.
Or never mind about the coaching staff of the Grizzlies. They are prepared for kind of situations like that. So don't make the Broncos too comfortable on plays like that, because the defensive line of the Bern Grizzlies is probably one of the best. Tim Henny left. He left for the ELF to the
That's a big, I mean, amazing.
He's
Can you imagine they're still the best team here with Tim Henny not on the field?
Yes.
That's, if he was out there, I mean,
Tim
this would be
like,
a little bit different.
I haven't seen an athlete like him. I was on the combine taking the 40-yard dashes.
Yeah.
And he was like the only guy running below 5 as a defensive tackle.
Yeah, he was special at the national combine, and now you can see why.
Actually,
his numbers would get him to
when
the
I saw Tim perform first, it was the first time I was pretty lucky I do not play anymore on that level of football. Because this is just like, wow. Pick up Broncos. So
kick up.
Jay Liggins will take the ball on his own goal line.
Comes out tenderly, and now we're going to see him speed.
Pretty fast. Good nice stiff arm. Stepped out of bounds.
There we go. Emotions are high. Emotions are high. We got a little acting going on
Late
here.
flag.
That's probably going to be
against the Calanda Broncos.
I'm not sure.
It was Max Gray.
I'm not sure if that's going to be against the Broncos. I think there might, but I don't think that should. Well, let's see what the call is.
It's very late, actually, so they might call it against both.
Tap on the head, a little like, okay, no problem. It's more of a mockery sort of thing.
Yeah, it's more like a taunting thing.
Yeah.
So if it is, then it would be against Bern.
Let's see, yeah. Let's see. Obviously, the emotions are running high on both sides.
Ball maybe, and
offsetting
penalties. Then we got to hear it. There's no flag on the play. So therefore, the Grizzlies will get the ball on the 36-yard line for their second drive, actually.
And now we're going to see again.
Now they are back 8-0. So
being taken down the field by Clark Evans, number 1 quarterback. Lots of support here by the Calanda Broncos fans, trying to be loud.
They are always the loudest fans.
Quick out.
Receiver screen.
Look at that. That's a great play. Oh, but he didn't wrap him up.
Oh. And then he got
now they're going to mark that as forward progress stops, or are they going to, let's see here where they, yeah, they will. It was a great play by Rex Marco Mauer. And but he's got to make sure he holds on to him and drives him with his body.
They rule it on the 30-yard line, like the linesman is ruling it spot on the 30-yard line.
Asking.
And they are talking about that, like the forward progress spot.
What?
You have a penalty.
We have a penalty.
Yeah, there's a penalty. Offside defense.
Well, they must have had a procedure somewhere we didn't see.
Yeah.
Defensive.
Something happened. Something.
And 8-0 already for the Broncos with the Bern on their second offensive drive. Inside run. Tiptoes through.
Good tackle. First down for the Grizzlies. Ibn Mungu. Running back number 1 after Dimitri Feller went down on the game against the Broncos, actually. Torn his ACL too.
Yep.
But is back on the team. Might get some snaps done. He's feeling good, Armand said, the head coach of the Grizzlies. So let's see what he has left in his tank.
Clark's back.
A lot of pressure.
And he's got that zip right there.
Catch.
And we got a nice reception.
About 8 yards.
Number 8.
Fabian Yaki. Not known as the number 1 target for Clark Evans, but yeah, on games like that, you know that your primary receiver is going to get covered by the best guy on the opposing team. So it's either Matt Tano then from the Calanda Broncos or Max Gray.
Yeah.
Depends on who is playing in which position. But then you get other guys that make the plays. So 2nd and 3 actually. Audible from Clark Evans.
Adjusting play, sees something he likes. He's got a quick push through and he's pulled the ball.
He's going by himself.
And this is the
bouncing
thing
to the outside.
But he's really great at this.
And everybody's trying to tackle him. That was like a 15-yard gain 15-yard quarterback run.
And of course, Clark Evans is a leader on the field, but he's also really great friends with the coach of the team, Armin Menzi, head coach. Well, he's those guys have been really quite good friends.
It's already the end of the first quarter, so the Broncos won the first quarter by 0-0.
Surprise, and maybe by some people. The favorites down at the moment. I think the thing that's really impressive right now is how Coach Buffum and the Broncos are controlling the game. Right, they're controlling the time. They've actually had possession quite a bit more in terms of the time.
We might talk about later, but that 2-point conversion could be
really key.
Could be a key of that game that early already.
Yeah.
So. And then when we mentioned Clark Evans, he was a D1 tight end playing for the University of Hawaii. So he's used to get hit by people that can't hit, and he has a ball in his hands.
Ability to run inside, and you know, he
he
throws the ball really well for a tight end.
Some more yards done.
But he's really, I don't know, he certainly was a high school quarterback before he was a tight end.
Yeah. He played college on tight end as a quarterback too.
Yeah.
But then he got like drafted.
We got Hagman in the slot. We got a spread here for Bern on the 27-yard line.
Broncos showing a DB blitz with Max Gray. That ball was put right in the hands of Marc-Andrea Kaitsa.
I know he's going to be a little bit hard on himself with that. This is his hometown here. He's born and raised here in Grenchen. So this is a special game for him. His family's all here.
Get that ball. Probably the nervosity will fade away a little after that play. Now you know how it is to get targeted at.
He's in our conversations, he said this is actually the highlight of his career so far. This is his first time he's had an opportunity to be in the final.
Motion of Tim Hagman to the backfield.
Oh, a little inside
shuffle pass inside to Ibani Mbungu.
There we go. We got some aggression out there.
Max Gray is wrestling with an offensive lineman.
Good. I mean, everyone can play hard as long as they play fair. They play hard. That's the way it should be. It's a nice little shuffle play there. Caught him off guard a little bit. Nice game.
Looked like an option play to Tim Hagman, but then he decided to throw the little shuffle. Hard to defend as a defense.
Absolutely. And the nice thing about the shuffle is it's a forward pass. So if it doesn't get if it gets mishandled somehow, you don't have a fumble situation.
Yeah, you never have a fumble on a forward pass actually.
It's like Clark sees something he likes, trying to make an audible.
To the A-gap or to the left side, to the one hole probably.
Trips right.
Yes.
Little inside run. There we
You
go.
saw
Good
Clark.
tackle.
I was seeing that a couple times this season when Clark taps on the left ass of the center. The center knows the run got to go through the left side of his ass. So that was done a couple times by Clark during the season. Let's see if this.
I think the second effort probably got him the first down here. There you go.
Looks like goes down for the Grizzlies.
It was a good initial contact by the linebackers there from Calanda. But the second effort from
Mungu is doing a hell of a job as he was a designated backup running back for the Grizzlies behind Dimitri Feller. They played for the Stuttgart Surge last year in the ELF. Came to Bern together with Tim Hagman to make that team better. Got injured pretty early, but then
and they've gotten him, and he throws it away.
He has to throw it away. He was outside the pocket actually, so
no penalties there.
No penalties and
good defensive pressure.
On the 1st and 10 on that situation.
It's the first time we've really seen that, though. The Broncos get a little bit of a pressure on Clark Evans.
Sylvan Kasut again.
We're in another situation, 2nd and long here. Nothing to be too worried about. Field goal range on the red zone. Trips right. Like to see that backside when I look at that. Oh, and there he goes.
And Clark goes again. And he gets stopped.
Reaches out.
By Nico Rieter. Number 26. Very nice tackle, actually.
It's a nice tackle against a good
runner like Clark is. It wasn't a designed quarterback run. It was some kind of draw, but it didn't look like he has no receiver open on the 1st second. He takes off.
It was more of a scramble. He was definitely looking the right side of the trips first and didn't see what he liked and
then he
decided
took
to pull
off.
Down.
So very important 3rd down now for the Grizzlies. 4 yards to go for the next 1st down, maybe 3 yards.
Got a nice Spread situation. Oh, we got a little shift.
Shift on the defense line.
Oh, backside. He's got the outside. Oh, he contained him.
More through the
Got
middle.
something in the back. Oh, and he pops it out last second.
That wasn't the DB, it was the receiver that didn't caught the ball,
Yeah,
as far as I saw.
The receiver, I think, had the chance there, number 85 from.
It's Theo Sturdyman. He's
Theo
one of the
Sturdyman.
best passers or passer setters from the Grizzlies.
Kind of a unique player as well, too, because he's a kicker, he's a punter,
Yeah.
he's a tight end, he's
like
he was a
all over
DB
the
when I
field.
first met him. He's kind of a utility man, and he's gonna.
Now that Niels Youngman's kicking for the field goal, putting up the first points for the Grizzlies from that game.
Oh, and
kick
the
is blocked.
Broncos have recovered, and oh, he's on his feet.
Philip
This looks like
Boyd.
it's gonna be 6 points. A good block.
See how far he
It's
can
all
go.
the way. No foul, no
See
penalties
how
on the
far he
field.
can go.
And he's got
in
it.
the end zone. Wow.
That is a big, big play by the Calanda Broncos.
Philip Holmes.
And the best thing
Getting
about a
the
run like
block.
that, there's no flags on the field. That means all the Broncos are wise enough and smart enough to make sure
And
they
that
don't
was
get
a
themselves
very
in a bad
important
situation.
block from Max Gray, number 3.
Fantastic play.
And he blocked like the fastest player of the Bern Grizzlies. So they weren't able to chase Philip Holmes.
Now we got a 14-0 situation with the opportunity to go up by one more.
Eric Reguette is going for the extra point. That was not expected.
That was
not at all.
surprise.
This is football. Ladies and gentlemen, this is football at its best.
The Bern Grizzlies, you know, they're quite lucky to have Niels as a kicker. He's
A pretty reliable
quite
kicker.
dominantly the best kicker in the country.
Yeah.
So he unfortunately had a rare block there. And it's up.
Looks like through the
and
uprights. That's good. So we have a
officially
15-0 lead for the
15.
Calanda Broncos.
Wow, this is something that it's always hard to beat a team 3 times. You know, when you have good coaches and good players, it's a really hard thing to do. And this game is far from over. The Bern is
Talking about
certainly
momentum,
capable, but
you put your whole team on fire in situations like that.
absolutely.
So the Bern offense is coming back to the field now. The Broncos defense is coming back to the field now.
Yeah.
They know we forced them to make a field goal, try to make a field goal. We blocked them and we scored on that specific play.
Yeah.
So we can outrun the Bern Grizzlies on like both sides of the ball actually. So this makes you a little good feeling.
I think Coach Buffum here smartly is having a little word. Make sure that he buys everyone some time, lets everyone get recovered. He knows that they've been just on the field for a while. They just had a big play.
He might take a timeout then.
I think he's going to take a timeout. You see, this is a. There we go.
Timeout, yes.
He's letting the team recover after a
Yeah,
big play.
he's letting the Bern players all dressed black. Honestly, I cannot understand because Bern has home team advantage. They could have chosen the white jerseys.
They could have chosen white
Could have.
jerseys, and they also had the opportunity, I think, to choose the sideline.
Yes,
And this
but
is
they were more feared about the noise in the back than the heat. They didn't have a tent before, like 1 hour before the game, so they sent back fans to Bern to get tents for their sideline because there were no tents from like
provided by
Yeah.
the association today.
what it's not used to. So
Well, I have to say, I mean, I know the coaches at Bern, and I know the players, a lot of the players from Bern, and fitness isn't really going to be an issue for them. But the heat
but heat,
sometimes can.
you cannot outbeat the heat.
Yes, exactly. It's a
The
little bit,
your body's reacting. You can be as fit as possible. Can be the fittest man on earth, but you still can get beaten by the heat.
and Buffum here taking all the time he could to the last second. Then
Yes.
timeout, buys himself his
He would
defense.
maybe even take the 5-yard penalty for the
proper
leg
breather. Yeah.
to get him a little breather. And yeah,
They've had almost a nice minute and a half here to catch their wind. 2 minutes.
so Eric Reguette is not kicking off.
Kickoffs.
Actually, it's number 31. It's Noah Bachhofen. He's used to be the kicker for the under-19 team.
And brings it out.
Looks like Tim Hagman is returning it.
Let's see if he gets a lane. Good pop.
He gets a hit.
Ooh, that's an impressive hit right there.
Rometti Parolini, he played safety when Philip Holm was injured.
He looks like an awful big safety. He looks like
He is pretty good, actually. He started playing football, I think, 2 years ago.
fantastic.
His dad is very known in the Canton of Graubünden because he is in the government.
Okay.
He was the health minister of the Canton of Graubünden during the pandemic.
With a number like 80, has he been playing receiver as well?
No, I don't think so.
No, okay.
I'm not even sure, but
Well, that was obviously an impressive hit right there.
he's playing corner also now. And looks like he learned to hit. So,
Yeah.
so Bern starting on their own 21-yard line.
Third series. And
Third series.
the last series was actually quite successful moving the ball down the field. They just didn't close on the field goal.
Just didn't translate to the scoreboard. Run, Ibn Mbungu
Defense
gets
is swarming on the running back.
two linebackers and a defensive lineman on the running back. You don't want to see that from your offensive line. Especially when your offensive line got beaten pretty bad on short yardage situations close to the goal line.
That's right.
So how can you get back the confidence to your offensive line? Let them pass protect with the quarterback as Clark Evans is. He can also run if there's something falls down.
Yeah.
But the run defense from the Broncos, even they're playing a three-man front, looks way better than it did during the season.
And got Clark looking.
Pressure.
Got a man.
Very
good close
nice
by the
hit.
Defense.
Did
It's
he
just
get a
good
feet
football
in
right there,
bounds?
really. Quarter, the receiver coming back to the ball, the defender
Perfect.
reacting.
Matteo
Close.
Schlappach, one of the favorite targets of Clark Evans all season long. For the Bern GRIZZLIES, getting that third down and like 3 yards. That's a Clark Evans distance.
This is, again, when you have
So
those
hard to
dual threat
defend.
quarterbacks, this is a very tricky thing,
Yeah.
because if you send all your receivers out, you have a quarterback that finds a seam somewhere. Here comes some pressure. He's got the ball out, and a good
Very
defensive
well-
play by
very
Max
well
Gray.
defended. Max Gray. Was it the right decision to put a ball through the air right now in this situation? Still early in the game, but Marc-Andrea Gaitza is not known as the most
Max Gray's been playing
targeted receiver
22
for the
years of
Grizzlies.
football. 22 years of 22nd year of football already.
Okay.
Shows he's got experience, it's energy. We're going to get the first punt return by the Calanda Broncos here today.
Max Gray back there.
Look at the pressure through. Oh, and and we
running
got a
into
run.
the kicker, yeah.
That's going to cost a first down.
Yes.
That's a
But
running
it
into the
looked
kicker.
pretty
not a
bad,
roughing.
actually, because he fell down from behind into the legs of the kicker. It wasn't intended at all. We cannot say somebody wanted to.
Came aggressively for the
something,
ball, but
no.
didn't.
But he tried to somehow deflect the ball. They call it a roughing the kicker, actually. I would say it's a running, not a roughing. It's a 5 to 15-yard penalty.
There you go.
They give it
It's
for
enough for
15
the
yards.
first down
So
either
it's enough
way,
for the
though.
first down either way.
Yeah.
But 10 yards for free is 10 yards for free. So
I think I would question the intent on that. I think it was more of a running into
that's
the
why
kicker.
that's why I'm
but
talking
this
about
is-
running and not roughing, because he was like rolling into the kicker,
It's the angle you see
and you
that
cannot
too, right?
disappear.
It's dangerous play. Kicker's in a vulnerable position.
Yeah, yeah. Matteo
Selfishly.
Stürnemann, he got some kind of banged up on that play. If somebody's rolling into your legs from behind, that's awful.
It's hard
just
on a
awful.
defense, though.
Yeah.
You know, you guys you're expecting that you're out. You know, you play your 4 and you're out, and then now you got to be back out there for
Clark
another
Evans
series.
with another audible.
Taking something.
And probably that wasn't the right route run by Tim Hagman, because he had to look on his wrist coach prior to the play. He wasn't really ready.
It looked like Clark was looking that direction,
Yeah.
but the defensive back, number 23, was right on it, Matt Tano. Tano is also a former national team player. He had to step back because he's running his own business right
Because
now.
of his
so
business,
that's
right.
kind of a big responsibility, but he's still out there as a member of the Broncos, getting it done. He's really quite good at reading the play.
Ibn
Inside
Mbungu
run.
tries to get off.
Oh, strong.
Still on his feet, but gets
Gang
stopped
tackling
about
of a defense.
2 yards deep.
This is such an important part of any defense. You need to be there together as a unit.
Yes.
And one man you can make a nice tackle once in a while as one man, but if you're doing it that way too often, it's bound to burn you.
And it burns energy on that heat too. So 3rd and 8, very important down now for the Bern Grizzlies and the Calanda Broncos.
Here we got some pressure coming.
Nico Ritter, also linebacker, showing
cover
some
man
blitz.
behind. They're looking
Mauro
deep,
Buehler,
and he's got
and
there.
he was on his knee.
Oh, I don't know.
I think he was on his knee.
He's
No way to get to that ball, but
oh, this is a pretty impressive throw.
that might have been a sack. Maybe we got to see the replay if his knee was down or not.
The referees didn't seem to
Mauro
call it.
Buehler got a hand on.
Yeah, he might not
Can't
have
see
been
it on the replay.
Well,
The ref didn't rule him down, so
throws this ball off his back foot from his
it was
own
Javier
39.
Pedra. He's a receiver for a long time in football, and he just probably didn't saw the ball because of the sun, because he was looking right into the sun on that throw. So another punt.
I don't think that the Broncos are going to be going after the ball this time.
Nope.
They're going to let this go through the end zone.
To the end zone.
And
Yes. Touchback to the 20-yard line. It's a little difference between a touchback on a kickoff that will be brought to the 25-yard line. On a punt, it's going to be brought to the 20-yard line.
As I said, Nails is quite the kicker. He's going to be probably a little upset he didn't drop that inside the 10, let it stick. He's one of the kickers, if not the only kicker in Switzerland, that has the ability to do those kind of things.
To go that kind of deep and that accurate on a punt too.
Played actually a little bit of football in Canada as well, where I'm from.
Studeman?
Niels, it was a kicker in
Youngman?
Canada. It's McGill University. Got inside seam
Run from
and a nice
very
tackle.
nice hit.
Tim
Brechteboser was
Hagman
taking off.
closing down hard after a good run though.
8 yards a gain. So let's see how the Broncos can control that drive on the offense
Number
right
5 did feel that a little bit. I got him on the thigh a little bit there, I think. See him gingerly coming up.
He's still banged up. He never got like full recovery. But the Broncos have a pretty good team doctor. Melvin Sussy, Brechteboser bouncing outside, getting to the first down.
Protecting the ball.
Very nice run, 8 yards again.
Hagman and number 22 on the tackle. Vincent Cote on the game today. Might be picking up a little extra slack as well.
Yeah,
Vincent was actually a national team captain a couple of years ago. He's a lawyer by trade, and I think is still obviously with the Grizzlies, but had to slow down the amount of time he spends on football. Another inside run. Picks up a 3 yards.
3 yards, 4 yards again.
It's one of the impressive things, you know, about football in Switzerland compared to football in a lot of other places is most of these guys have really impressive jobs. They're lawyers, they're doctors.
Study, like that's like actually probably they are that good because they were studying for a long time of their life. They had enough time to go to the gym and like work out, what you can just not do if you're following a regular 9-to-5 job sometime.
Yeah.
Or like a hard-working job building houses or something like this.
Yeah, there's a lot
Jet
of
sweep motion, and there's Andrea Buri.
Oh, and we got a
There's
flag
here. A late flag.
From the behinds.
Maybe there's a illegal hand to the face.
Maybe that's what I would guess too, potentially.
Because on a run that ends in the backfield, you're not supposed to throw a holding flag.
And if you get a flag from the back judge, it's a little bit unique anyway.
Let's see what the flag is for. There's no flag on the play. Okay, so we come to 3rd and 8 now for the Calanda Broncos. That's a tackle for loss. 2 yards in the backfield.
This is another one of those situations here where you don't want to be too risky, but you got to figure out what you're going to do for a conversion to get that first.
Broncos going with a different receiver set.
Yeah.
Number 41, Dario Vera, he came in from the Hohenems Blue Devils, was injured. but is back on the team since the semi-final 2.
Right, it's on. We got the slot uncovered. You got to be real careful there.
It's a run. Eric Reguet running.
Good, strong run.
Strong run, but not enough for a first down. It's short.
Be like 2 yards short. A
Like
yard
1
short.
yard short. They spotted maybe 1 yard, 2 yards short. So what do?
Interesting
You stop the
situation.
Bern GRIZZLIES 3 times. You force them to punt. You block the field goal.
I
You have a
think,
4th and 2. You can really take control of that game.
I think they're going to go for
By
it here.
doing
They've
that
had pretty
first
strong run game so
Or
far.
they try to let him jump and then take the 13 timeout already.
I think you might see the quarterback just run to the right here.
And now they take the timeout and they go for punt. Yeah.
Try to get them to jump.
Yeah. They didn't jump. They almost did, but they didn't.
Shows a good focus on the Bern defense.
And it's like on short yardage situations, the defensive line needs to be ready. You have to be right off the ball, even as quicker as you have to and on regular down situations. But on a 4th and 1 against an offensive line, the Calanda BRONCOS are providing, so
I think
nice
there's
effort
a chance they can go for this here. But it's also a game of field position. Right? If you can pin them deep, a long field at this point is
Look
not a
should
bad
be below
situation.
5 minutes. Maybe we will get a time update, an official time update from the referee soon.
John Falk is the defensive coordinator right there. He's a former player from lots of different teams, but namely the Braunschweig Lions who win the Euro Bowl championship there. He's a Swiss player, but he's one of the better linebackers that Switzerland's ever had. And he's been taking over the role as DC this year. So that's kind of showing through on the team. It's making sure that everybody's ready for this play.
And he looks bigger than other linebackers on his team.
I had a chat with him just the other day before the game here too, and he's saying he's actually in the best shape. He's better shape now than when he played ball a couple years ago.
Because he has enough time for recovery. Excellent.
He runs a personal training business as well, I think. So
Broncos
he
are
knows what he's
showing
doing.
2 receiver left, 1 receiver right set.
Oh, and he pulls it.
And pulls it, and it's not enough. They stop.
He's not going to get there.
It's not enough. Not enough for a first down. Let's see where they spot it.
So it's going to be a generous spot if he gets it. Ooh,
They spot it.
Ooh, it's going to be a measurement.
There's going to be a measurement for sure. And it will be very close.
It's going to be
very
a measurement.
close. They would have to measure it.
I think they should
They measure it.
bring out the sticks.
They have to measure it.
This was very close. I'm surprised at this play call, to be honest. I think, the way Chess has been
Like the
getting
Grizzlies
to the
packed the
outside.
box. They had to pack the box.
Exactly. I think it would have been a nice opportunity to run sort of a lead for the quarterback to
Or
the
just
outside
a
on
quick
his feet.
out pass or something. So
This is going to be a real close measurement here.
we're going to see how close it will be. We have to zoom in. And looks like
Got it.
it's enough for a first down. Wow. No, the other way.
Oh, what? No.
It's the other.
It's past the sticks.
It put it. Yeah.
It only has
It's
to touch.
touching the sticks.
It only
so
has to touch the stick,
Yeah.
so it's obviously enough. There we go.
Hunt's got a little bit.
That was a very close play.
Wow.
But if you look at the sideline, it does look a little different where that 4th down is standing.
I don't think the Broncos sideline believed that's the first down. I didn't either. It didn't look like. And the spot they gave him.
It's again another opportunity for the Broncos to control the clock, control the ball, keep the Bern defense out on the field. Broncos, of course, are the winningest team of all time in Swiss history.
Yeah, they are in the 14th Swiss Bowl in a row. I'm pretty sure there's no other league in Europe where a team was that often.
Defense is a little bit upset about themselves giving up that last first down. They come out strong on the next down.
It's perfect. 2-yard run.
2-yard gain.
But that's what you want as an offensive coordinator and as an offensive maniac as Jeff Lofton is. You want to get that angry defense feel comfortable by stopping an inside run and then beat them deep pretty bad.
Well,
I would bet money on a deep pass right now to number 0
okay.
or number 1 on the right side of the field now.
It's an interesting matchup out there on the left corner side, right? We've got Jamal against.
Tim Hagman is coming down as a safety, so.
There you go, inside. Oh, and a backdoor pass. Oh, and he's got it this time.
He stepped out of bounds.
This was a little bit of an acrobatic pass. I'm not gonna lie.
He stepped out of bounds on about 43-yard line, so not enough for a first down.
It's a pretty important catch because that's a backwards pass. Quarterback really done well to get that on the spot when he was running the way he was running.
And also a pretty nice catch.
Yes.
Breck de Bozer, he played in GFL 2 last season.
Okay.
Came up from there, and he's doing pretty well also with his hands. So it's 3rd and 1. So the Bern fans, the Bern crowd is now cheering up their defense.
3-man front, 4 linebackers. Oh, and then this time they're just eating them up. Curry and Likey.
That read wasn't as perfect as it could be for Chase Aaron. He could pull the ball and probably find some open field.
Yeah, he might have.
But the defense of the Bern Grizzlies reacted very well there. So it's a 4th and 3 now. 4th and 3 yards. Looks like they're coming with the punt team.
I think so. This time it's a little bit too much.
Yeah, on the 40-yard line, 45-yard line. You don't want to give the ball to the Grizzlies with like maybe 3.5 minutes left on their own 45.
Who we got?
Chase Henrys is also the punter, so
that's always dangerous.
Never under-expect Jeff Buffum also as a special teams coordinator.
Let's see what kind of rush we get here. Blocking is good.
Nice.
Ooh, and a nice
Hang
punt.
time. Very nice punt. Tim Hagman's getting it, getting chased by Marco Moore. Great coverage by Rex Moore.
This is really one of the advantages of having a center, long snapper that's a
Go
linebacker.
down.
My goodness.
Because they cannot stop
field.
him down with the first push.
Exactly.
They're not allowed
they,
to.
They can't block over top of him
And you
anymore.
cannot tackle much better than Marco Moore does.
That's right.
Actually, so.
Excellent play by Marco.
Yeah. There's a flag on the field, actually. Back on the line of scrimmage.
What are we going to have here? It's going to be...
See what they're talking about. So it looks like it's against a receiving team against the Grizzlies, so they got to get pushed back 5 more yards towards their own end zone.
Real long field. That's what you want as a defense. It gives you a chance to kind of be a little bit more bend and not break kind of situation.
You hear it.
Number 6 of the Broncos. It's a spot. It's a first down.
It was a personal foul against Eric Reguette, the Kiwi. So it's 1:44 left. 1 minute 44. The Grizzlies will get the ball on their own 25-yard line now. It's like a regular touchback. 1:44 left on the clock. So let's see what the Grizzlies have in their playbook.
4-man front, cover 2 in the back secondary.
Pass to the right. Oh, this is a
Just not
DPI
there.
too. Honestly,
Oh, there we go.
there's a roughing the
There we
pass,
go.
of course,
Now
from
this-
Sylvain Casut. But also, I'm pretty sure there was a little too much contact before the ball was not catched. That could be a DPI too.
I think they're going
So
to
there
call
will
the
be
one on the
50,
quarterback.
50 more yards for free for the Grizzlies because of the unnecessary move of Sylvain Casut.
It's tough, you know, these guys, they're playing on the edge, they're going full out, but you can't get those kind of penalties. Those are the ones that hurt
Should
you
not.
really badly.
You better should not. It's still 1:30 something left. Grizzlies with another first down.
We got here, it looks like some form of
Broncos
cover
showing
3.
blitz. But coming from the outside and a blind side hit.
and
Oh,
black
wow.
side sack.
Blind side
blitz
from
gets there.
Nico Rieter.
It was
That
a,
could end pretty bad for the
it
quarterback.
was
Wow.
a very tough backside one.
The Broncos showed blitz in the middle with Marco Moore, but then they decided to send the DB. Nico Rieter's playing outside linebacker
He was
DB.
a standout
was-
at the junior team, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah.
He was. He quit playing, actually. He came back during the season. And now you see why. Very well executed play from the Broncos defense.
Excellent, yeah.
The clock's running, so a little less than 1 minute. Second and long, pass.
Another dog,
Silvano.
Another sack.
And another sack, yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh my lord.
it's
This is an
face mask
unfortunate.
penalty probably. These are situations that
This is
should
a-
not happen.
This is actually a little bit unique. If you see here, I don't think he actually grabs his face mask or anything.
Nobody grabs his helmet, and as long as you have your
tackles.
fingers somehow into the helmet,
But I don't think he grabs the helmet here. I think it's his arms around the helmet,
ripping off the helmet is not a foul by rule.
but it looks vicious.
There's a hand some kind into the
This is
helmet.
really
So there's
That's
another
a-
first down for free. They're now in Broncos territory.
this is a real
clock
turnaround to
stopped
play
by
though, because
rule.
this is a 15-yard loss as a sack, and now it's a 15-yard penalty.
It's a
That's
first down and
30-yard
2.
play.
So, wow, this is. So first and 10 for the Grizzlies again. Broncos defense on fire.
Certainly,
You can tell that.
a little screen.
A screen pass to Ibrahim Bungu.
Oh,
taking
and a
off.
good swipe at the ball.
First down will stop the clock until the ball is free again. So you better hurry
Here we
towards the
go.
ball.
They got it down.
So the clock starts right now when the ball is free.
Broncos are going to definitely want to get out at halftime here without letting the Grizzlies put any points on the board.
So the white wants to know about the time.
The Broncos' second defense is really
Ball is
prepared for this
free.
game.
So pass again.
And is he going to get there? He's got some room
And
to run.
Clark is going to go by himself.
Yeah. Chasing him down.
So sideline, out of bounds, stop the clock. Like 30 seconds left. Was it enough for a first down? I think so. First down Grizzlies. Still 50-0 for the Broncos.
And
Maybe I misunderstood Armand before the game. He said 50-0. Maybe he wants to say 15-0.
Well,
But it's still on the wrong team on his mind, so. 28 seconds actually left. 28
defense
seconds
is just prepared here.
on the official game clock.
He's looking. He's got his man.
Nope.
He's not going to quite get there.
Complete
This
pass. There's the flag late.
is another penalty of late roughing. This will be the third 15-yard penalty of this drive.
It's like 45 yards for free for the Grizzlies.
This is
We'll see what the
something as
penalty is
a defensive coach or a head coach is just infuriating.
That makes you feel like.
And I didn't even see this one.
Number 7 off to Calanda BRONCOS. It's an automatic first down again for the Grizzlies. It's Tiziano Casinoro. 32 seconds left officially. 32 seconds
And
on the official game clock.
the goal here is just to only give up 3 points maximum for defense.
Or get a takeaway somehow. But if you give a 45-yard gift,
Sack could be another option.
Yes,
Oh,
this
and
is
he's
a
going to
touchdown.
get in.
He's in.
Number 4, Matteo Schlockenbach.
Matthias Lappbach made the first touchdown for the Bern Grizzlies.
It's a well-thrown ball. It's a nice route.
Very nice thrown and very nice second effort against Martineau.
I got a situation here, and it's unfortunate, really. I know the Broncos are going to go into halftime here and say we cannot play like that. So this is
Grizzlies go with a 1 point extra.
too good a team to be playing against. And this kick is up and through.
This is up. Through the middle, so it's 15-7 now. The Broncos have about like 28, maybe 25 seconds left, no timeouts. So I expect the Grizzlies kick that ball maybe a little short. So the Broncos have to take
Squib it along the ground, make sure there's less chance of a big
some
return.
kind of squib kick or something. So the Broncos have to take the ball and get some seconds off. But honestly, do you want to cover the Broncos receiver deep? with a quarterback like Chase Henry's is.
Defensively, that was a little bit of a tough series. 45 yards of penalties.
And they were like down to third and very long.
Yes.
And with the penalty, with the face mask penalty, the helmet rip off.
But you know, Bern's going to take advantage of that. They're too good a team.
They are.
You can't
it's a
give those
final.
situations there,
It's a final game of the season. So if you do not take advantage of situations like that, you not belong in the final.
That's right. So we see here that a little bit of a unique coverage lineup. So they're obviously thinking that they won't.
Probably go for some kind of onside or like
a squib kick somehow. Probably.
It's more like a hands team on for the Broncos. A lot of receivers out there.
Oh, he's going to kick it deep.
Kicking it to the end zone. Touchback. So what will the Broncos do? Will they go for try to go deep somehow, or do they take the knee, just go for the halftime? You give the ball.
First half for the Broncos, I would say.
The takeaway from the field goal kick was key until now for the Broncos. So
definitely the difference maker so far. Looks like they're going to take the lead into the half.
Yeah, in the half. So the Broncos want to go for halftime, leading 15-7, 8-point lead. And the Bern GRIZZLIES will get the ball after halftime, actually.
That's right. There we go.
During halftime, don't change channel. You cannot change channel on YouTube anyways, but don't switch, because we will have some very interesting stuff coming up in the halftime. Kim Rolini, our sideline reporter, will take over in a second. We got to be back in about 5 to 10 minutes before the second half will kick off.
Broncos 15-7 at the half.
15-7 at the half. That's a word. See you later.
So, Dominik Mischer, Safety von der Grizzlies, leider verletzt. Am Anfang hat es nicht gut ausgesehen von euch. Wieso sind wir nicht ins Spiel gekommen?
Also ich habe das Gefühl, wir haben uns ein bisschen das Fleisch geschnitten, weil wir Drops hatten, die wir nicht hätten haben. Und das sind echt so die kleinen Details, die echt das Spiel ausmachen. Wenn man die Catch sagt, zum Teil gibt es First Down, gibt Touchdown und dann wären wir echt noch dran. Und natürlich beim Field Goal, wo sie returnen können, ist halt auch alles schief gelaufen. Das ist echt ein Mistake. Also, wir müssen mit dem arbeiten und wenn wir die limitieren oder eliminieren, dann kommt das gut.
Jetzt am Schluss ist es gut gekommen mit Matteo Schlappach, der glaube den Touchdown gefangen hat. Sehr wichtig sicher für die zweite Hälfte. Was müssen für Anpassungen folgen?
Ja, wir müssen eigentlich unser Spiel durchziehen. Ganz einfach. Wir wissen, wir können sie stoppen, wir wissen, wir können punkten. Wir müssen einfach, das Mindset muss stimmen und es kommt gut bei uns.
Danke vielmals, viel Glück. Merci. Merci.
blaze my shoulders, just hanging my shadow from the vagaries of my past. It's a story that's so familiar to anyone who's seen and done the same. So I'll explain how we're the sons of avarice. I walking forward towards my life. I could walk through every wall. I was 6 feet tall, outstripped them all, but I always wanted more. When the lies of the women are well to burn, but the rules don't apply to some. I did too much, it sparked a flame and the world fired it up. But I'm on my way, withering from the flames, and I can't complain, for I'm a son of avarice. I just wish I gripped the brakes, reverse the gears, now blow my tank. Oh yeah. There's no place, no life to feel. What I wouldn't do to see that smile once again. Oh yeah. I'm a son of avarice. But I'm on my way, withering from the flames, and I can't complain, for I'm a son of avarice. I'm a son of avarice. The sun has blazed my shoulders, it's hanging my shadow from the rope around my greed. I'm asking, please remember, what you want isn't always what you like I'm running, getting nowhere. Can't stop staring at the pictures in my head. I listen to the words that you told me, holding on till the end. Now you're way too far to keep from falling over. And if who you are is always getting in the way, I can't wait until everything goes crashing on you. Tell me who you'll say now. It's not fate, 'cause I know that I can't live without you. I don't want it anymore. This hard I'm tired of living on a battlefield, fighting every moment to erase it all. Seems like I'm always on the defense, doesn't matter anymore. Now you're way too far to keep from falling over. And if who you are is always getting in the way, I can't wait until everything goes crashing on you. Tell me who you'll say now. It's not fate, 'cause I know that I can't live without you. I don't want it anymore. This hard What are you doing here? Jealous. 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 You must be doing something wrong. How can you be so ungrateful? How do you talk about me behind my back? Jealous. 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 Because I'm afraid of the
Back on. Second half, Swiss Bowl 36. Here in beautiful Grenchen, canton of Solothurn, Switzerland. The Broncos are up 15-7, 8-point lead to kick off the second half. Bern GRIZZLIES with their two returners, Tim Hagman and
Oh, he's going to take it out. Wow.
He's taking it out the end zone.
This
He got to
might
get
not-
tackled.
might not
And he
be the
loses
best
the ball.
decision.
Shea Liggins getting the ball. But there, they blew the ball dead.
Nobody's whistled it down yet.
I think they blew the ball dead when Tim Hagman was carrying it, so that was not a fumble at all. But he gets stopped at the 10-yard line.
This was maybe not the best decision here on being 4 yards
No.
deep into the end zone on the kick. It's quite a good kick.
Yeah, it's Noah Bachhofen again, the junior player for the Calanda BRONCOS, played for around the 19 team. He has a hell of a feed. So
Now we're going to see if the Bern GRIZZLIES have been able to resolve some of the issues they've had.
Yep.
The Broncos defense has been quite relentless so far.
Defense gave up 45 yards and penalty. So let's see what the decision of the refs are.
Well, what is happening here? This is very
Yeah, if you
confusing.
get tackled in the...
If you get tackled,
No, it's a re-kick. It's like, it's not an inadverted whistle, but
it was
no whistle actually.
no whistle.
Jeff Buffum is arguing with the refs pretty badly. These are situations you don't want on a bowl game, that coaches have to yell at referees at all. So it looks like it will come down to a re-kick.
Sort of a strange exchange here. What looked like quite a normal kickoff. It ends up being a new kickoff after
These are not the situations you
return
want
and
as
a
a ref.
fumble. A very strange situation here, but you know, maybe we just start over and see.
Start over the second half again. So it's 12:00 on the clock again. And whatever happened on that last play, I don't know. I just know that situations like that should not appear in a bowl game.
Now you have a Coach Buffum who's quite irate about what's going on there.
Yeah, he gave away about 5 years of his life. Because he was really, really upset. He's not a coach. He's arguing with the refs a lot of time, but not like this. So this was pretty bad then. Like the Broncos would have, like the Grizzlies would have the ball on their own 10-yard line, and now the Broncos have to re-kick it. And I'm pretty sure Tim Hackman will not return it again from his own end zone. So then the ball might get pushed to the 25-yard line then.
A little wiser. Oh, and they're kicking to the other.
To Jay Liggins.
Return man,
Getting the ball on his own 1-yard line. He's fast. And
here he goes. He's off to the races.
And wow, what a stick for him.
A big play.
Has a flag on the field.
Penalty against
probably a push in the back from the return team.
This is what you would call unnecessary positioning in the field to get a penalty.
That happened on the 45-yard line, so
this would have.
They might get called back on that touchdown. You better not kick to Jay Liggins anymore.
This was probably not the best
His
choice.
legs are longer than some players of the Broncos.
Certain players have different ways of striding and running, and they might look deceptively slower than they actually are. If you remember when we once had a Tizzy Robinson on the field, how fast he actually was.
Yeah, and he never looked fast.
Never looked that fast, but he was the
He
fastest
fast,
man I've ever seen.
Yeah. He needed 2 steps, and he was like on full speed then.
Absolutely.
So the Grizzlies will get the ball on, instead of the 10-yard line, after the re-kick, making a touchdown, but getting called back to their own 49-yard line.
Another detrimental error that Bern's
4-yard line actually.
Game here. 1 block kick, and now a lost touchdown on
run
this
to the
situation.
right. Ibani Bungu.
Good tackle.
Good tackle from the Calanda Broncos.
Gangs there.
Rustling him down on about the 49-yard line. 5-yard gain. 6-yard gain.
Pretty solid first down play.
Yeah. Nice run from Ibani. So 2nd and 5 for the Grizzlies.
Another straightforward
Run again to the middle. He got
Very
stopped
close
probably
to
short to first down, but maybe it was enough.
There we go.
No, it's not enough. It's 3rd and short.
About a half yard.
A half a yard to go. Or a new first down.
And I tell you now, in the second half here, this is where this shade has been very valuable to a team.
Yeah. Like later in the game, it could be a factor. And again, a
strong
run
run,
through the
and he's
middle.
off to the races. Head down.
Ibani Bungu gets tackled by Philip Holm, safety.
Legs chopped there. He looks like he might have got a little knock on the head.
Looks like.
Could be a concussion situation.
They're calling the
Number
medics.
25 is going to come out and take this position while he looks to recover. Alexander Dasher.
Dasher, yeah.
That's a great attempt to make the tackle, but he's a little bit woozy on where he is on the field right now.
He's still a little limited maybe with his collarbone injury. Like 10 weeks ago, I think.
This is
so that's why he didn't tackle with his arms up and got a little hit on his head.
That's right.
Looks like.
Let's hope he is able to recover on the sideline here in a couple of minutes.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies on the 20-yard line, red zone from the Calanda Broncos.
The line looks strong.
And another one. Why not?
Another strong run by Bulla.
That's another almost 10-yard run for the Grizzlies, 9-yard run.
Hey, Bunny.
Running against a 3-man front is a pretty good receive. Looks like it's a pretty good receive for the Bern Grizzlies. Second and 1. Broncos defense jumped, but Broncos did not snap.
Speed
So
option,
Clark Evans
nothing there.
taking off by himself.
Enough for the
Getting
first
that
down.
first down done. So it's a first and goal now from about maybe 9-yard line. For the
This is what
Grizzlies.
the Grizzlies certainly wanted to do, come out hot.
Yep.
Get
Starting
this
off
game
with the
back
first drive on the scoreboard. If they're able to score right now, the Broncos stopped them already once. Even Bungu again to the left, get tackled from Nico Rieter. And Sylvan Kasut, as far as I saw. No, Max Gray it was. So it's second and goal on the 4-yard line right now. Runs are freaking not bad for the Grizzlies now, especially the inside ones.
Taking advantage of something they've seen adjusted for at halftime. So it seems like they've picked up on something in their evaluation, the Grizzlies. They got trips to the right here.
Man cover, looks like man coverage.
One-on-one and
Deep
backside,
in the end zone.
and good
Oh,
defensive
perfectly
play.
defended. He knocked the ball out of the hand of the defender. So
Sebastian Katz
Sebastian Katz
on the play.
Reacted
That's
very
good to stick
well.
with the receiver in a one-on-one situation. Gets his hand up in that point of the high point where the receiver's going for the ball. Able to knock it out.
knocked the ball out of Sam's. So it's a 3rd and 4 now. 3rd and goal for the Grizzlies. Trips to the right again.
Looks like a
Now it's
planned
Clark
run.
Evans going by himself, and he's in the end zone.
And the Bern fans erupt with joy, celebration on the Clark Evans run.
Touchdown Grizzlies. So they go for 1.
There's a question here if they're going
The
to go for
Broncos
2 or the
will
1.
keep the lead then.
If they're going for the 1, they really have confidence that they're going to have
they gotta
another
get the ball
opportunity to
back
score.
again. Or they'll leave it for later maybe.
I think I would be taking the opportunity to try and get 2 here if it were me.
And this ball is on the
If I'm
airfield.
down by 2 or by 1, it doesn't make such a difference.
Makes not a difference
But if
actually.
I'm tied,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
quite enough.
You need a field goal to win.
I think that might be. We might look back at that and say, oh, this
Maybe
could be a
later in the
defining
game.
moment of the game here. This would have been the wrong.
Or they want to keep the 2-point situation for like later in the game then. If it comes down to a 2-point decision again. You never get promised to get another touchdown.
Yeah, but
Broncos return team is Brecht de Bozer and Max Gray, both great athletes.
see if they're going to make a play here.
The Grizzlies do not want to return the Broncos the ball, I think.
Maxwell Gray back there as a return man. Brings lots of energy to the field. He's a CrossFit guy, likes to do CrossFit in his off time. A little video gaming, some sci-fi stuff. Ball's up, and here we go.
Ball's up in the air.
Maxwell's going to bring
Fair
it up.
catch from Brecht de Bozer, but Max Gray's taking the ball.
Oh, we got a whistle here.
Well,
What's
that was a
going-
fair catch signal from not the catching man. You cannot whistle that play, honestly.
What's happened here?
Because, like, that was not the man that waved for the fair catch that get the ball caught. So the ball will be put on the 25-yard line, but
That's a strange.
some discussable decisions on the field, on the latest kickoffs. So the ball will be put on the 25. Or I'm not sure if somebody waves for fair catch and somebody else catches the ball, there will be a fair catch.
It's a unique thing here. But, and then
Might
the
be in the
Broncos have it at the
rules.
25. And
That will be put
trips
on.
into the boundary.
Trips now, and not the bunch they had before. Brecht de
Oh.
Bozer. Oh, he almost bounced outside and had a lot of grass in front of him. But there was a pretty important tackle.
Pretty solid 5-yard run.
It's a solid run. Could have
I've
been
been really
more.
impressed with the O-line play on both sides here today. I think it's been quite good.
Broncos used to run to the left side because of Andrew Mattis and Michel Derums, the two really huge guys. But they also go to the right side when the guard is pulling. Number 68, Michel Derums. They have Patrick Bachmann, another Swiss national team player on the right side of the offensive line.
And here we go, planned run for the quarterback. Ooh, this is
He's running through Dominic Lichty. He tries to run through Dom Lichty.
Might not be the most advisable choice. Dominic's a little bit of a...
not a lot of times Dom Lichty was put on his ass from a runner.
A little bit of a power
so
man.
Looks like Jason Henrys is angry.
He's trying to set some tone, maybe.
It's 3rd and 3 now for the Broncos. Very important down now too. Take the momentum and keep that drive alive.
Of course, Tim Henny's here today as well, cheering on his team. Lichty is one of his
there was enough space through the middle for Chase Andrews.
Trying to make a point here. Running aggressive, Chase Andrews. And enough to get the first down.
To the first down.
It's kind of what you want to see out of your quarterback sometimes. You know, you want them to set the tone. They are the leader out there on the field.
Take the ball and run.
And that's really just exactly what he's showing.
That's probably also
this
what
is a championship game. Let's get it done.
Comes down to make the decision about a quarterback playing for the Broncos to get Chase Andrews. He is a good runner. He was a D3 college quarterback, played until November, so he was fresh out of college. And he still can throw the ball.
There we go. And he's got
he finds some grass there.
No, he's going to count a couple.
3 yards.
Probably a good choice on a first down not to throw that down the field.
Tim Agman covering Melvin Sussy, number 30 of the Broncos, down deep. Melvin is not known to have the best hands on the team, to be honest. But you still have to cover the guys when they run down deep. So you take out a safety of a play. When you just run one of the receivers.
Let's see if Moritz Bowler gets an opportunity to get free here again. Kind of covered him up after that one opportunity.
Flips to the right again. No receiver to the left for the Calanda Broncos.
And they're going to try and get that edge. No, they're going to try and get some yards.
Getting to Melvin Sussy. Nice catch, actually. Getting 3 more yards for his offense.
Little scat back type receiver.
He's usually got a run stat at these jet sweeps because he's pretty fast.
Is he a first-year guy?
No, it's not his first year. He's playing football for about 6 years now, but just only part-time because he is. I'm not sure he is still, but he was a long-time member of the Swiss karate national team.
Okay.
So he used to be a karate fighter, and he went to school with Rex together actually.
Okay.
And Rex brought him to a practice.
You can hear in the background the Bern fans are getting loud, trying to get their defense up.
Up their defense.
Covering
bunch
this
to the
bunch
left.
a little different than they had in the past. There's the under. He's got all kinds of time. My goodness.
And nobody's there to cover Melvin Sussy. And he's got the first down in the half of the Bern GRIZZLIES. Wow, really nice comeback route.
Really nice stop.
Yes.
Find the space.
There wasn't zone coverage on the Bern defense, but
excellent.
Somebody forget about his zone too early.
Well, the offensive line gives the quarterback that much time.
Wow. As he said in the first half, it's impossible to cover forever.
Exactly. So. It's exactly the situation.
Nice executed play.
Good patience by the quarterback.
Yeah. And the ball wasn't placed that perfect, but Melvin Sussy was able to hold it in and get the first down for his team. So that means we have a first down on
really
about the 37-yard line of the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies switched to a 3-man defense line too on the second half. Break the Bozer with some kind of draw play or counter play. Misdirection.
Well executed as well. Good first down play for 5 yards. There's been a lot of good first down runs in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, both sides of the ball are ending 2nd and 7, 2nd and 5,
5 to 6 to 7 yards on first runs. That's what you want as an offensive coordinator, but definitely not what you want as a defensive coordinator.
Exactly.
But the Bern GRIZZLIES switched to a 3-man front, as I mentioned before. So that makes a little more, that opens your playbook as a run team too. So
I think also, you're seeing the Broncos get back into their game a little bit here,
Bouncing
controlling
outside,
the clock.
getting back to the middle of the field.
A bit of a missed tackle there. Cedric Cordy, I think, came up, tried to hold that edge and didn't quite get
It
there.
was a designed counterplay. The left guard was pulling around his center and his right guard, but the running back didn't follow him. He had to bounce outside because there were a lot of black jerseys out there, but still got a good yardage on that run. So first down for the Broncos.
Good run.
22 yards, 10 yards to go for our next first down. Almost in the red zone of the Grizzlies.
Seems like both coaching staffs have come out in the second half and really had a good evaluation of what's going to work for them moving forward.
And another run for Eric Reget this time.
Another.
Still gets 4 to 5 yards on this run. Eric Reget improved his running game the last 2 years too. He was still a good runner in the past, but he's even a better runner right now.
Yeah, I think he's improved.
He's very he's a pretty hard runner.
Yeah.
He puts his helmet down right
nice
down.
build for a heavy runner. Eh? He's got a little bit of a heavy upper body. He's really worked out hard the last couple of years. Fits the role.
Philip Holm is back in the game. Throw to Moritz Boller. That ball was a little bit underthrown. Could have been a touchdown.
Could have been at least a first down for sure.
Yes, yes. The ball wasn't placed that accurate as it could have been. The Bern Grizzlies taking their first team timeout on the second half. That's also a thing you want to force to take your opponent's team the timeouts as early as possible.
Yeah.
Because there are actually two reasons. You wanna get these timeouts for your team too, of course. But you wanna get that late game situations when they have no timeouts left.
Absolutely.
And if you have an offense rolling from their own 25 to the 19-yard line of the Grizzlies without a single penalty, so your offense is clicking not bad.
Yeah.
And therefore you take the defensive timeout then on the Grizzlies side for now, but you have to take a timeout, so you just have 2 left then.
Gives you an opportunity to recoup, and this is the last 15 yards here is the most important. So.
And it gives a little breather to the defense too.
Yeah.
As you said, black helmets on black uniforms in this heat. The sun is still up. The shade is not that far already.
It's later in the day, but it's still warm out there.
It's still warm, and it could be a factor. It could make your body not reacting as you're
hoping
supposed
it
to.
should.
You hope you do.
Gives us a little chance here to talk about some of the other players that we got on here. And while we're in a timeout, Dominic Mischler is not out on the field. Talked a little bit about him. He's a medical technician himself. He's actually torn his ACL a couple of weeks ago, so he's usually the starting safety. That's a definite loss for the defense.
He's replaced by Tim Hackman, actually.
That's right.
You can call it a one-to-one replacement, player-wise. So
got a roll out and look into the corner, wide open, and touchdown Broncos. Very nice ball.
I'm not sure you saw that perfectly executed cut block from, I think it was Eric Reget in the backfield, the running back. He cut a number 44 of the Grizzlies, like one of the well-known linebackers
behind the line of scrimmage. It's actually very well done.
Very nice executed block from Eric Reget there.
Lets the quarterback get the edge.
That got knocked down, and well, there was enough time, and that was the perfect route for that play. So the Broncos go for 1 extra point.
Obviously a key extra point, make it 8, and it's up and it's good.
Make it 8. So the 8-point lead is back for the Broncos. Both teams scored with their first offensive possession on the second half. We are closing down the first quarter of the second half, like the third quarter then, I think so. So maybe there's not a lot of time left in the third quarter.
In the quarter.
Maybe 3 to 4 minutes, 4 minutes maybe. And the Broncos fans are awake too. Actually, the fun thing in sport is if you are successful in any sport for a long time, everybody hates you.
Yeah, it's always tough. I mean,
it's like Bayern Munich in soccer in Germany, or like the Zurich Lions in Swiss ice hockey. or the Broncos in Swiss football, they do not really hate you, but they want the opponent win the bowl.
Yeah, I mean,
once.
This is something that you're now having pretty much Bern and the Calanda BRONCOS as dominant teams in the country, and it's a little bit of the same situation as Austria's had for a long time with the Vikings and
like actually the Broncos
Raiders.
were there for the last 14 years,
Yes.
and all the other teams went there too on a couple of the bowls, but they were the Basel Gladiators, the Bern Grizzlies, the Geneva Seahawks, the Winterthur Warriors, like every other team in that league faced the Broncos in the Swiss Bowl in the last 14 years.
And there were some things that were put in place a long time ago with the Calanda team and the program and how they developed it.
Late flag on the play.
It's just showing. It's showing that the culture there has caught on, and, the football quality is quite good. Now, it always helps when you have a coach like Jeff Buffum out there, who's
like the improvement the
renowned.
Broncos had 10 years ago with like 20 paid players on the roster. Like
this was obviously a unique situation.
Every local player had to get better to have a chance to step on the field.
Yeah.
And still a couple players are on there, on that roster. So, yeah. There's Marco Moore.
Some of the most important players out there have been part of that culture change. So it's really, really great. It's nice to see that football is successful. And this is one of the best Swiss bowls I can remember watching, to be honest.
And there are players moving to Switzerland and want to play for the Calanda BRONCOS.
So safety playing very deep right now.
Clark Evans, oh wow, nice tackle.
Number 7 with a great play.
Tiziano Castagnaro. Actually, Tiziano and Marco Muzio, number 97, they're called the meatheads on the defensive line. Like, I was told they're dumb as shit, but still good players. Both of them. And Marco actually said about himself, he's called meathead 2, because Tiziano's meathead number 1.
And we're just going to say a little bit sorry out there. We're not able to see the
available.
chat right now, so if there are any comments or discussions made out there, we apologize for not remarking on those.
Actually, we could not put the chat back on because of we had a spam issue on the first game.
Good drive, good tackle, well done.
He was whistled down.
Forward
Forward progress.
Oh, that's Matt Tano.
Matt Tano there.
Also.
He lost Matteo again. Not lost him, but
he's
he didn't wrestle him.
a big
down.
Houston, Texas fan. Trayvon Diggs, actually.
So 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4 for the Grizzlies in their own half on their own 24-yard line. Let's see how many pressure the Broncos can bring.
Here it comes. They're bringing somebody, and the ball's out quick.
Pass to the left
Another
again to
tackle
number
for
4.
Matt Tano on the tackle. He's going to find...
This time he wrestled him down, but he finds the first down for his team. Matteo Schlappach,
talking with
pretty young
Matt
player, 22 years old for the Bern Grizzlies. I think he was a quarterback on the junior team, on Coach John's team.
Conversation up to the game. I was talking with Matt Tano, and he was remarking about his greatest memory in the sport right now was a game in 2019 against the Sparko Raiders. Saying that was a fantastic game. Inside run again.
4 to 5 yards again. Yeah, as long as you can run 4 yards inside, do it. So 2nd and 6, Bern Grizzlies on their own 38-yard line. And another inside run, this time by Clark Evans.
Fell in an awkward way there.
He got chopped by Rex Moore.
Moore.
Looks like they whistle it for the 4th quarter. So the 4th quarter starts right now. The Broncos are up by 8.
Switch sides here.
12 more minutes of finest Swiss football.
It's going to get a quick refresh on the defense.
Very quick refresh.
And you see there's just a little less hop in the step of the Bern Grizzlies right now.
The sun is pretty down. Yeah. So what factor can the sun be for Clark Evans now as a passing quarterback? Because the sun is almost lasering out your eyes.
Yeah.
This is not fun to play against, even as a running back. If you don't see anything, you cannot cut.
It might almost be more of a disadvantage for the Broncos in this situation, though, as the receivers are going to be looking back into the sun.
That's right. That's right.
Maybe you'd prefer to have your quarterback working and understanding where his players are and putting the ball out there rather than, but, you know, football.
So will we see that pitch again from Matthäus Lappach, number 4?
We got a cover 2 situation, it looks like here, into the trip side.
Looks like the Broncos are bringing some
Planned
pressure.
run.
Clark Evans running by himself. Gets Russell down after the first down.
Enough to pick up the first down.
Taking responsibility for his team to make this first down happen.
Very similar style to what
Chase Henry did.
was doing.
So first down Grizzlies.
We're looking at a little different coverage here. Now we got to be careful of this one-on-one the backside if you're the Broncos.
So 3 receivers set to the right for the Grizzlies. Playing some kind of bunch formation. The Broncos did too.
Exactly.
A lot of pressure and a tackle right on the line of scrimmage.
They're not going to get back to the
Tiziano Castanero.
This looks like it's going to be a very generous spot.
Yeah.
I think it's actually not too bad. Bern controlling the drive here. This might be the 6th, 7th play of the drive.
So 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9 for the Grizzlies. Broncos with a regular 3-man front. Clark's dropping back to a screen pass. And even Mbungu gets wrestled down by.
Just got the first down.
Is it Romeli Parolini again? Safety number 80 playing DB today, yes. So first down Grizzlies. Yeah, both offenses are now going down the field with
they're
not big plays, but good
What
plays.
This was a nice timing for the screen.
Good timing, perfect. Broncos showing blitz.
Orbit behind.
And the shuffle pass. Very nice play, actually. A lot of pressure from the Broncos defense, but a decent gain of 8 yards on that play. So the Bern Grizzlies taking advantage of the aggressiveness of the Broncos defense now. Playing them out with playing screens and shuffle passes.
Time is ticking off the clock. 10 minutes, circa 10 minutes left.
Time is not the biggest factor yet, but it might be later. Run through the middle again. Even Mbungu again with the first down for the Grizzlies.
One of the situations we mentioned where you find the right play, and sometimes you just got to go back to it, and back to it.
Back to the play that worked 7 times before.
Yeah.
So. First and 10 for the Grizzlies.
Some form of a audible being done here. Clark sees something he likes.
A lot of pressure again. That screen wasn't successful at all.
Looks like he was in a good setup for it, just couldn't seem to get his hands up for the ball.
Yep. Again, a lot of pressure from the Broncos defense, but the Bern Grizzlies are playing that off with screens.
Yeah.
And the shuffle pass I played before, so let's see how much pressure the Broncos will bring down.
Yeah, the Broncos have been on the field here a long time now.
You don't want to give too much time to Clark Evans because you have to cover deep, and if he finds some grass, he got to run for it.
Again, Clark.
Audible from Clark on the line.
A lot of noise from the Broncos fans.
Pitch to Ibn Mbungu. Morabula wasn't fast enough on that play. Philip Holmes doing the tackle, about an 8-yard gain, 7-yard to 8-yard gain. Makes it a 3rd and 2 for the Grizzlies. 1 yard to go for the next first down. Already in the red zone of the Calanda Broncos.
Broncos with just a free man front right now. Oh, and they've shifted. Looking like the Broncos might be coming here.
Yep.
Some pressure.
To the middle.
Stuffed up
again.
the inside.
And
Big push by the team to get the first down.
What a
Extra
whole
effort by the whole unit.
Also a pretty nice effort from Clark Evans, the quarterback. He pushed his pile forward too. He want to get another ring, of course.
Got into
He
the red zone,
got
yeah.
twice with the Broncos to the bowl, won it twice. And now he want to carry the Bern Grizzlies with him to their first Swiss Bowl victory since years.
And I think he also won a championship in France at one point in his
Yes, with
career.
the Town Black Panthers. Actually, he was named the league MVP. And then he used to get back to that team, but then they canceled the season because of COVID. Because his wife is living in Switzerland and is a Swiss girl, and then he decided to play in Switzerland again for the Bern Grizzlies. He's living somewhere in a French park close to Fribourg. He's also coaching the Fribourg Cardinals in League C.
Yeah.
And yeah, he is such a hell of a player as a quarterback, as a ball runner. So it looks like the Broncos took their first team timeout to get their defense a little air. It's 1st and 10 again for the Grizzlies on the, let's say, 16, 17 yard line of the Calanda Broncos. So in the red zone of the Broncos with their first down.
This has been a really long drive by
Long
the Bern.
drive.
Had this already, this drive began halfway in the, not be a halfway, but with a quarter of the third quarter left. It's been a really well sustained drive here. It's hard on a defense. And the ball's up. They got
up
him.
in the air and overthrown.
And it looked like number 17 had a step there, but Clark just a little too much arm.
Xavier Boudra couldn't get to that ball. It's a good play for a first down when you're in the red zone. Put the ball up in the air to the back of the end zone where nobody else could ever get it. Then the receiver.
And they've been running inside hard. You got
Why not?
to take a chance a little over top once in a while.
And
Keep
you
that
take
game
these
balanced.
corners and safeties a little bit more back into that defense scheme. So
Clark surveys the lot. We got an orbit coming around here. And a speed option. With some room to run. And no wrap up yet.
Still
there.
on his feet.
Quite a
And he
good
gets
effort.
Tackled, very good effort. That's tackled short to the first down, so it makes it a 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2 for the Grizzlies.
Bern, number 6, head for 6. 6 points. He's trying to get on the board. He's got about 6 yards, 7 yards on the run.
Oh no, he was stopped a little earlier, so it's 3rd and 4 maybe. Let's see what the Broncos defense can do. Also, let's see what the Bern offense can do on this play.
It's also hard for an offense when you've been sitting for a while now, too, when they come back on the
That
field.
motion again, and now it's a run through the
Side run,
middle.
and, oh, and they've tripped him up
Yeah,
just
they
barely. He
tripped
had a
him up,
nice
but
lane.
might be
that he
enough
could
for the
have
first down, I think.
If number 3, Max Gray, hadn't have tripped him up there, I think he would have
Looks
probably
like they go for the first down.
made it into the end zone.
Like the refs are signaling first down, actually.
Oh, they're going
They're
to bring
gonna
it in
measure.
for a measure. Second measure of the day.
This first one went for the offense. Let's see what the second one.
Was the measure for the Broncos on the first measurement. They went their way. See if the Bern Grizzlies have the same luck with their run.
Actually, Armand Manson, number 58, he's on the field. He was on the field on the last play.
Playing.
He's playing.
He's playing today.
He's playing. He haven't played for half of the season.
He's had
But
a
he's back on the
quite
field now.
an
First down
injury. I
Grizzlies.
think he had actually. Right? Playing a little bit of left tackle, is it?
Yeah.
Tall man in the center, who's actually head coach of the team as well.
Yeah, and also the offensive coordinator.
So now we have
Quite interesting.
2 head coaches in this game who've played for their teams recently in the last years.
He's playing as guard, actually, as left guard,
had a
not as tackle.
Talking about people again, he's the head coach of the team. He's playing, and he's vice director of Research Institute in Bern. That's quite impressive.
Willkommen's running through the middle, getting maybe 2 yards of gain.
One thing about Armand also, he's become a father not too long ago, which is another responsibility. So he's obviously very thankful to his partner, Sophie. Without her, he wouldn't be able to take all the responsibility on that he does for the Bern Grizzlies.
And his heart is breathing football.
Yeah.
When you talk to him,
absolutely. And I had the chance to coach with him in the national team for a little while, and he's really puts a lot of effort into the players and everything he does.
He demands a lot from players, but he also gives a lot as a coach. Pass.
And we got a pass, and the defender's there, and touchdown.
Touchdown, Grizzlies. Are they going for 2 now?
And now I think they have no choice, I would say, unless they think they can. I think it just makes sense they go for 2 now.
3 yards again, like.
So here we go. We'll see what they're going to send out to the field. Looks like Clark Evans is coming back out onto the field. So they're going to definitely be going for 2 points, I think.
Yeah, they go for 2. So, yeah, this could be not a decision, but this could be a pre-decision of the game.
This is really an opportunity to tie it up, and if they don't make it, they're still going to need a field goal, which they have a good kicker. And obviously they've been moving the ball in a slow way, but nonetheless, it's going to come down to maybe the last plays of the game.
That's what we want. Close game as possible. Here. As close as possible
run
until the last second of the game. Pass again, and there's nobody
there. Looked a little miscommunication between the receiver and quarterback there, which they're going to be a little bit upset about. But in reality,
2-point lead for the Calanda BRONCOS.
They still need a field goal to take the lead. So it's 1 possession, and that's a very feasible thing that can happen here. Now, the BRONCOS have been really controlling the ball quite well on the clock too. So
might be a little more than 6 minutes to go on that play, on that game. Maybe we can get the official game clock somehow communicated up here. So the stadium speaker is asking for the time.
5 minutes after 8 o'clock here in Solothurn, the sun setting, coming down just over the mountains.
So we have 6:34 official game time left. 6:34. This is a long in football.
It's a long time, but I think
too much for one drive, actually.
If the BRONCOS can control the ball well in terms of their possession and their drive, which they have been doing pretty good, and come away with at least 3 points, they put an awful lot of pressure on the
if the BRONCOS score and put the field goal, like the PAT through, they're up by 9.
Kick out of bounds, and it's made it into a touchback.
The end zone, makes it a touchback. Yeah, if the BRONCOS score now and they put the 1 point up, they are up by 9, so there will be 2 scores then. So this must be the target for the BRONCOS offense to score their touchdown somehow. And it doesn't even matter the time you need. Like, you want to make the Bern Grizzlies have to react.
Yeah, I mean,
you have to force them to
need a score.
Yeah, yeah. But first, you have to go somewhere close to the end zone to make that happen.
Yeah, and this is a long field
still. It's a long field, 75 yards ago, a long 75 yards ago.
But again, as we mentioned earlier in the game, Coach Buffum and certainly has a couple of tricks up his sleeve that he hasn't shown us yet.
Rechte up through the middle.
Simple run. Looks
like
about 4 yards.
4 yards.
Yes. There we go. We got Big Mathis on the screen, who's just taking a little look at the O-line here, I think. Some of
yes, Mika Bargetzi as a center, Andrew Mattis, left tackle, Michel Derens, left guard.
And this is part of the game where these 5 men right here can win the game for you. If they really are able to control the line of scrimmage here and they can run the ball and run the clock down, this game can
And
be
the Broncos
controlled
will
by
take
the
as
O-line.
much time off the clock as they can between each play.
There we go, another little run.
Run again. Oh, very nice tackle, Tim Hackman.
Closing downfield hard. Chopping it out.
Just 3
Still a
yards of
reasonable
gain. So makes it a 3 and 4. 3rd and 4.
This is probably
The
Bern's
flag on the
defense. Feeling
field.
comfortable here. John Tulk sending the call in.
Looks like the offense get pushed back.
We got a penalty on the
Got a
play.
holding.
There we go. Yeah, we do. That's
Have a holding.
that changes the pace
the
of it a little
right
bit.
guard of the Calanda Broncos. Daniel Hannemann makes it a 2nd and 14, 15 for the Broncos now. Different situations than a 3rd and 4.
Second down here. Let's see if we. I don't see it. You got like you're going to try to control this end here, but I really like. Oh, they're going to move the shift the whole line around, the whole play over.
Yes.
See if they can get them off. They got to get set. They got to get set for a second. There we go. Bern's still trying to adjust. There we go.
Chase
Throw it
Henry's
away.
under pressure,
Good.
throwing the ball away, makes it a 3rd and 15.
That's Bern's probably feeling quite good about that play.
Yep. Very good coverage, long coverage, very good from the Bird secondary. And also good pressure up front from the defensive line.
For sure.
In person of Dom Lichty.
I've seen Tim Hagman make a lot of good closes down to the line of scrimmage this game. Something he's quite good at, quite quick. It's just like to thank his family and coaches who've helped him along the way. He's always trying to attach himself to the import players and has learned as much as he can from them, and he's really accomplished that.
Broncos coming out with the trips right. With Morris
Pretty
Baller
defined
on the
play
single
here.
side, running an in
I
route.
think we got a lane.
Chase Henry's.
Oh, and Likey. Is that Dominic Likey making the play? Team captain.
Makes it a 4th and 15.
Absolutely. This is going to be the kind of play Bern was looking
Defense
for
is
coming
on
in here.
fire from the Bern Grizzlies.
He's a Green Bay Packer fan, looking like Clay Matthews out there right now. So,
Not the hair.
maybe not the hair, but certainly playing with power and speed.
Yes. So punt from their own 20-yard line. Jay Liggins back to return that ball, so better kick
Last
that
punt
ball
was
somehow
quite
out of
good,
bounds.
yeah. I don't want the ball to end up in this man's hands, really. And not as good
Short
a punt this
punt,
time.
yeah, but maybe
Good
the bounce
bounce,
will
yeah.
not be as bad.
There
So
we go, which is actually ideal in
Liggins,
terms of
yeah,
the
it's
return.
32-yard line. You would have signed that if you would have been told before that punt. That's okay.
Kind of an interesting predicament we can see here, building that at the start of the game we said one of the keys would be how the Calanda defense can control the Bern offense, and it's coming down to
And they
this
couldn't
particular
do
drive right
on
here.
the last drive. Like they couldn't do on those 2 last drives. So
This drive will be quite definitive.
first and 10 for the Grizzlies from their own 32-yard line.
Levins is back, looking at the screen again. Little drop, good
Breaks
pickup.
more.
Oh, he stays on his feet.
Was he still up?
Great
Looks
effort
like.
by Ib.
They do not rule him down, so his knee didn't touch the ground. We see it on the replay,
No, I
maybe.
think he manages to stay
It would
up
not
here.
change anything, but oh, you can't see it because it was a
Good
player.
sense of balance, strength, core strength you need
First
there.
down, Grizzlies.
It's been quite an effective little screenplay for them.
Nice tackle from Mokamore.
Second and long, that's very helpful for defense.
Outside rush.
It's getting down to that time where we're going to start
Running back.
thinking about what MVPs of the game we might have here, how the game goes, who might be the right guy.
On the offensive side of Bern, I would say number 6 is doing a very decent job as
Having
a runner.
pretty great game running, key yards. And, Clark.
I remember one offensive lineman made it the Swiss Bowl MVP back in the days. It was Johann Schnee
Yeah.
playing for the Calanda Broncos. He was a tight end back in the NFL Europe days.
Yeah.
Played offensive line for the Calanda BRONCOS. He was just like a beast.
He
was named the Swiss
great
MVP.
athlete, man.
Yeah.
He was a great athlete when he played.
And an even greater guy, personal-wise. We talk about defense of the Broncos. Must be number 20, I think.
I think we're going on the defensive side. Right now, it's a strong case.
Offense of the Broncos, hard to say. This
Also had a
team
touchdown
effort.
on the offense, which helps, so that's kind of key.
And defense from Bern. Dominique always is a candidate for an MVP trophy on every game. Clark is getting for his first down.
Long reach that he's got. Gets himself an extra yard. For the
He's getting his value up on MVP race too.
Yeah. He's had a couple of overthrows, which is not a regular for him, but
3.5 minutes left.
the Broncos have, or I should really rather credit the Bern offensive line. It's really kind of controlled the Broncos' rush and pressure a little bit more in this half. Go, a little read run.
Another
Pulls it.
run by Clark.
Gets a couple of yards.
Tackle. 3-yard gain.
This is certainly not the game that I think Coach on
Both sides of the ball
was hoping for. But if they pull it off, that's all they actually really want is to walk away with the W, the trophy, the rings.
The Grizzlies need a field goal to win that game. They're back 2.
And they have a great kicker.
2.5 minutes, a little more than 2.5 minutes left. They have 2 timeouts. The Broncos have 2 timeouts, so
We got a spread set for Bern.
they run down the clock as much as they can too now.
He's looking. He's got a man.
Good.
Cross the
Again,
center.
number 4.
Pull the ball out.
Max Gray is going for that ball. Trying to rip off the ball. While tackling.
It's a first down.
First down Grizzlies. 28-yard line of the Calanda
Getting on
BRONCOS.
the edge of the field goal range for the Bern kicker.
It's makeable. First and 10. A lot of pressure again from the Broncos defense.
Ball's
Deep ball, ball's in the
That's
air.
going to be a pass interference. And no, he's come down with it.
Caught the ball.
Number 17 making a play.
Diddy got a feet in bounds. I could not see it from here, honestly.
Xavier
It's ruled a touchdown for the Grizzlies, actually.
with the touchdown.
You might see it on the replay. It should have been a flag for pass interference. I completely
Yeah, I
agree
think
with
this
you.
probably would have been a pass interference, but he manages to come down with the play anyways. The crowd is erupting here, and
So the Grizzlies are up by 4 now for the moment.
it's hard to keep a good team down for long. And I think the pressure, there just hasn't been as much pressure there, so they're going to go for 2 now.
They gotta go. Well, it doesn't change a lot if you're up by 6 or 5. Well, maybe yeah. If you're down up by 6, they still have to kick.
This is the
The
difference. If
18.
they go for it, they'll be up by 8. No, they'll be up by 4. They'll be up
They're up by 4 right now.
There we go. And is it
So
going
the
to get
pitch
there?
to
No.
Ebony and not good.
Okay, so
So if the Broncos need a touchdown right now, so
it's going to be in the hands of the quarterback.
it's all weight on Chase Henry's now. The Broncos receiver will face the bad field side when it comes down to the sun, because the sun is even lower than it was
There we go.
before.
The quarterback battle here today. Let's see which quarterback's going to end up with the trophy in his hand, because I think this is going to be the defining drive.
One of
Last
these
2
two
minutes.
guys, either the one with hair or the one without hair, will get a trophy today. So it's a 4-point lead for the Bern Grizzlies. They lead the game for the first time, actually.
It's the first
They
lead,
haven't
and
led
it's an
before.
opportune time to take the lead. But the
Bern
Broncos
defense
defense just
stopped.
hasn't had that energy that
Yeah.
they had in the first half.
And the Bern defense stopped the Broncos offense. So let's see what back pocket plays we will see from Jeff Buffen now.
The Wizard.
A little bit more than 2 minutes left. Maybe we'll get the official clock. 2-minute warning didn't happen yet, so
Yonkman
you're
kicking the
slightly
ball
over.
off. Here I thought it might be him that was going to put them up with a field goal. But instead, they come out with a touchdown.
They want the Broncos to
This
return.
ball
Yeah, the ball needs to be
Shorter than
returned.
expected.
You should better take off.
And we got a good run here as he got a seam.
Back
Off
to
the
Bozeray.
backside.
Getting to the 25-yard line.
Oh, we got a penalty here, one way or
There
another.
are two guys on the bottom, on the floor,
Working hard.
hugging.
Which is going to be a flag for someone.
These are flags late in the game that honestly I don't see they're necessary because they were like battling. Both of them were not angels on that situation, so
I didn't have a good look at it. I was actually looking at the ball.
I was
carrier,
watching them for like 3 seconds, and they were like, I would call it excessive hugging on the field. It's close to petting, maybe.
The defense here trying to get the crowd up.
And the crowd is getting up.
Advantage. First time we've seen any real energy from the Grizzlies themselves on the sideline. It's kind of nice to see.
They are fired up for sure right now.
Let's see if the Broncos can
That's a
pull
dead
off a
ball
little magic.
foul. So offsetting penalties, dead ball. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about, unnecessary flags, because it's 1:55 official game clock. We are inside 2 minutes.
Here we go.
You're putting the game basically on Chase and Reese.
2 times out. 2
times out left for the Broncos. 2 times out left for the Grizzlies. So
let's see what
let's see.
got in their sleeve.
Screen to the left
The
receiver
defense
screen.
gets there. Burry getting out there.
Get stopped.
Not just an inside run stopper,
Get
but
on the
able to
line.
get outside
Yes.
wide.
So it's not that.
Try to pick up a little more yards than
Urgent.
that. That's what they're hoping for on that
Second and
play.
9 for the Broncos.
He's looking. Oh, and he's throwing it behind him. This is a little
Wasn't
bit
as accurate as should be.
Yeah, you were saying at the start of the game that it's a little. They have a little bit more of a run game this
Sometimes,
year than a pass
sometimes.
game, which they've
Yep.
had in the past. And,
Philip Holm was wide open there for the first down. So third down. And the crowd is getting crazy for the Bern defense now. They see the Bern Grizzlies want to win the Swiss Bowl
Buying some time on
2022.
looks like a flood option. He's going to pick himself.
He's running out of bounds with about 4 yards left, 5 yards left to the first down.
got the
Broncos
clock
have to go for it,
They
so
have to go for it, and
they have 4 downs for each sets of down they're getting.
really didn't pick up as many yards as he wanted there.
No. So this is the play of the game. Could be the play of the game. If the Bern defense succeed, the game is over.
4th down and 6 to
We
go.
got a new Swiss champion, the Bern Grizzlies. They would stay undefeated, but the Broncos need 6 yards to get their first down done.
See what we got here. Jay Sanders drops back. He's got a man. He's got it. First
got
down. Good pickup, good hands. Runs it in
Very great hands. Celeste
Smartly.
Conchefrio, number 1.
smartly.
First year on the seniors for the Broncos.
He's a rookie, I believe.
He's a rookie.
He's having a great year, actually. He's a first-year player. Clark Avenue, not Clark Evans.
A lot of time for Chase and Reese.
Oh, and now they're cutting him. No, not yet. He's got a man open.
And he's got Philip Holm open. Makes it to the half of the Bern Grizzlies. So the Broncos are now on the 41-yard line of the Bern
We got,
Grizzlies.
coming up probably close to 1
up with
minute
the
or so.
First down. Still 2 timeouts left.
So we have about 1:11 on our clock, but that's unofficial.
11.
Broncos get set on the ball. Little spread for the offense. Looking at the stop.
Screen.
Oh, and they come back. Oh, and Eric
Incomplete pass.
almost pulls it in. Try to come back with a little screen of their own.
There was a lot of red people up front of Eric Raguet on this play. Broncos Helm played a lot of screens this season.
Just a little overstrong.
2nd and 10. We might get the official time soon.
We got 1 minute or so.
We get it. 1 minute. Basically 1 minute left. So enough time for the Broncos, of course.
Chips left, defense is over. And he's got a man. And
nope.
Overthrown.
Overthrown. So we have 3rd and 10 coming up. That was a lot of time, but that was just a 3-man rush for the Bern Grizzlies. They're covering with 8 guys now because, yeah, it's all pretty obvious because you have
to be careful to just make sure they get those 10, 12-yard plays, not 20 and 30s. There's still enough time.
Maybe 50-something second left. Still 2 timeouts for the Calanda Broncos.
The most important thing is to just move that chain right now. Move that chain.
They have
to. Got to roll out. Got a good block by the running back. Chain
very good
rolling
block,
around.
Actually.
Trying to buy him some time. He's going to have to come back across the field again.
And there's a wide open man.
He gets there.
Philip Holmes.
Now they're getting forward
progress. Forward progress. Stops the clock on first down, but Broncos take the timeout probably. They do not go for it? No. Don't take the timeout yet.
Moves the clock. It's going to get set. The
they know what they want to do.
Now.
On the 29-yard line, they know what they want to do.
This is a little bit of an advantage of a quarterback who's mobile. He can really buy you a lot of time. Again, the minimal rush by the
like forever.
team. Gonna have to buy him some time. Oh, we got a holding. Throw it away.
Yeah, that was.
That's.
That will be an ejection. I promise you.
Oh, this is what happens here.
He was targeting with his helmet against the helmet of 72.
And who is
it
this?
was a nice block back in the days, but it's not a nice block anymore.
Oh, here we go. Oh, this looks a little bit.
He is like knocked off. 72 of the Bern Grizzlies. Marcin Kwiapiewicz, defensive lineman. And this will cost the Broncos 15 yards in 10 seconds off the clock, I promise you.
Oh, this is tough backside block.
He aimed for his head, actually. Honestly, as far as I saw, that must be an ejection.
I don't know if there was...
No, it's a holding. They call it a holding. Okay. Wow.
So this was an incidental contact.
21 seconds left. Official time.
21 seconds.
21. Still enough time to get a first down done.
This is one of those situations where you kind of maybe need your quarterback to make a run.
That was a key call. I want to see that on the stream after the game because this was 72 was basically knocked out. He was not falling down. He was like straight falling down.
Well, you know, I do come a little bit from the older school of football, and I feel like when you're inside that box, people are going to cut back on blocks and things like that are going to happen. And
don't aim for the head of an opposing player.
I think it was not. I would love to look at it again.
It wasn't intended to injure him. Of course not. But if you block like that, you better get prepared to get shower early. So the Broncos have 21 seconds left.
That's going to be for a first down and 20, but
they
down and distance don't matter right now. We got to think about the number of plays. Can they get 4 plays done in 21 seconds? It depends on what plays they're running.
With 2 timeouts left, maybe 1 ball to the sideline to stop the clock.
Goal number 1 is here. I mean, it looks like we're going to have a 2-man rush.
Two-man defensive front to a 9-man coverage. But as you already said, you cannot cover forever.
This is where you want to maybe look at your quarter. Oh,
he's going deep. Going deep to the end zone.
Oh!
That's a lot of contact there too, but
a lot of contact,
I'm fine with that. In a situation like that, on a game late as it is.
Vincent Cotier in on the play. Coverage.
So record A rate.
This is one of those situations where you kind of almost need that quarterback to
You want that
run.
situation.
You know, let them all be off and go
possible
pick up
pass
15, 20
interference or
yards just on a
something.
run.
Right.
And then it gives you a little bit better striking distance from about the 20. Because right now, it's just really difficult for
Maybe 15,
a quarterback to
13
find somebody
seconds
open
left.
deep.
So 2 more plays from here or get it to a first down somewhere.
The linebackers are starting at 10 yards off, so that's quite difficult. Another Hail
Another
Mary
shot
up.
to the end zone.
The pass interference? No pass interference.
Not again. Again, no interference call.
Looking for the no penalty on the call. So
You
it's clean
you
play,
really
good
should
defense.
toss it 3 times to the end zone with 2 timeouts left. Or
would've
maybe
been-
make it a little more open. Like there was basically 1 play left on Swiss Bowl 36, 2022. So it comes down to 1 single play.
Looking at about 4 seconds on our unofficial clock.
And maybe our 6 on the official clock, but not.
I would have
more.
liked to see them try something a little bit underneath and pick up some yards on one of those plays with the timeout. Just get it a little bit more reasonable.
Broncos
This is really
taking
a
one of the last team
Long bomb
timeouts.
situation.
So well, what you can do, you need to go to the end zone. Do you have a play like a hook and ladder up in your sleeve?
When the defense
For
is playing so
situations
far
like
off,
that.
the hook and ladder doesn't work either.
No, it doesn't work, but maybe throw the ball to the 20 or 15-yard line and then toss it to somebody else.
I think this would have been a good first or second down play.
Yeah, but not now.
Not now, maybe.
You hope for some kind of pass interference, but as a referee, and that's part of a game, you only throw it if it's like obvious that you have to throw it. And there will be more than 1 flag on the same play, on the same ball, if there would be a flag on the play.
We have the benefit of being up here in the skybox and not having the pressure of calling it on the field, so it's always a little easier from this perspective.
And the Broncos are on the 40-yard line, so they're not 5 yards apart of the end zone.
Exactly.
It's a 40-yard shot.
And they're putting their best 3 DBs all the way back on the goal line, pretty much.
2-man rush again.
They don't have to worry about backpedaling
They
very
choose
much.
the weaker side of the offensive line of the Broncos to rush. Ball is put in the air, and it's a pick, and that's the game.
Finish it off. Cedric Cordy finishing the game with an interception for the Bern
Shuffles
Grizzlies.
and pushes and punches on the sideline.
Cedric's going to for sure be dedicating that one to his father, who's been supporting him all through his life in sports. It's going to be a very special one for him.
The Grizzlies made Super Bowl 36.
There's a new
beating the Calanda
champion.
Broncos for the 3rd time this season.
It was a battle today for sure, but I think this is
battle.
the sign of a team that deserves to win. They fought back from adversity, from being behind.
And as in football, it comes down to the defense to win that game. It was a pick on the last play, but it wasn't the last play that decided the game. It was the defense of the Bern Grizzlies and the defense of the Broncos that weren't able to stop the Grizzlies again.
Swiss champions, you see it there on our screen. The Bern Grizzlies 2022. Congratulations to them and all the hard work they put in this year and the years building up to this. So obviously,
But they will have
it'll be a great
40.
celebration.
They will celebrate for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, let's see. There are a lot of players on the Broncos. They might not come back the next season, but do they want to step back when they get defeated 3 times from the same team in a season on the Swiss League?
It's tough.
I don't know.
I don't know if
It's
it's
a tough
changing
loss
of-
for the young team that the Broncos have. They have a lot of experienced players, but also very, very young players. Like their receiver core they are all below 25, except for Moritz Bowler that stepped in that season. So they have a really bright future. Well-earned Swiss Bowl for the Bern Grizzlies. Congratulations to the capital of the country.
We have to be quite happy about the score in terms of being a fan as well. 22 to 26. We had
And
some
it was
big
a
plays
game.
on both sides.
It was more than a game. It came down to the very last play.
Just shaking hands, congratulating.
Talking about MVP of the game, you have still opportunities. Usually the MVP comes from the winning team.
That's true, and I think that's probably the case today. I would have a personal that I think really performed in key situations. Got the ball handed off to him a lot. I thought it's a tough decision though if you go between
Looking
Evans
back
or
to the
Ebony,
season,
but
I would say Ebony Mbungu would earn the MVP.
I think so too. I think it's quite a deserving.
He carried the ball for
22 times, 20 times or so on carries.
He touched the ball on so many plays.
Got a lot of set the team up for a lot of second down and 5 situations, and also picked up a couple of very key first downs. I mean, he didn't end up.
Our sideline crew is ready for the first interview. We see the newly Swiss ball champion Tim Hackman. We gotta say goodbye. Thank you for participating, for watching the stream, and having fun with us. Have a nice weekend.
Alleen de Swiss wil weer meer winnen.
Deutsche Meister mit den Dresden Monarchs, Touchfootball-Schiedsmeister mit Tigers, jetzt mit den Grizzlies. Antwort Karriere.
You're the grootste zijn hier zijn. That's what mine call. Hey, run it back. I don't know, you know.
Viele schön, alles Gute.
Let's go.
Klar, klar. Clark Evans, quarterback of the Bern GRIZZLIES, man. How does it feel to finally win the Swiss Bowl of the Grid?
I never wanted anything more. This is the greatest group of guys. We fought hard our year. We deserve this. We deserve this big time.
It was a difficult start. Did you ever have any doubt?
No.
No, never.
Take this team has been all year long. We fought, we battled. We knew when we got down we were gonna ride the wave and just come back like we knew how.
Take me to the last drive when you threw this great touchdown to Xavier Baudras.
Well, that was just a messed up play. That was supposed to be a screen. They read it real well, and I just took a shot, and Xavier came up with it. That was a hell of a catch that made the game for us. It was an awesome play by Xavier.
Does it mean even more to you that you beat your former team, which you won with?
It does not matter who I beat. It matters who I win with. And it's this group of guys. I love each and every one of them. We fought so hard all season, and I just love these guys. And hats off to the Broncos. They're a great group, but we fought harder, we played harder.
Enjoy it. Enjoy tonight. Enjoy. Yeah. Ja, sie waren nicht. Ist okay.
Was hat das Jahr 2022 mit dem Jahr 2016, 2007, 1996, 1995 und 1989 gemeinsam? Jawohl, Schweizer Meister! Und ich komme von der Regie, weil jetzt noch zu wenig Nachricht über. Es hat wieder Bier! Ja, wir machen es weiter mit der Medaillenzeremonie. Der Präsident vom Schweizerischen American Football Verband steht schon parat. Wieder Medaillen und wieder Pokal. Calanda BRONCOS! In dieser Zeit muss ich noch nutzen, kurz vor dem Spielbeginn. Also ich noch Jüngere gehabt, dass etwa 20 Leute an mich Führerlager am Workstand. Shoutout zu all den lieben Leuten, die mit Führerlager am Tag machen. Dank euch haben wir pünktlich mit einem nicht hungrigen Sticker den Start. Herzlich noch. Ja, und jetzt nochmal die Erinnerung. Auf endzone.ch haben wir einen Link und eine Anleitung, wie ihr an NFL-Tickets für das NFL-Spiel in München kommt, wenn Buccaneers vom Tom Brady gegen Seattle Seahawks spielen in München in der Allianz Arena. Endzone.ch, der Vorverkauf, der startet am Dienstagmorgen um 10 Uhr. Es gibt eine kleine Anleitung inklusive Link für euch. Drückt drauf und gebt euch für das nächste Fußball-Spektakel.
Oder nicht groß werden. Nicht groß werden? Ja. Nicht noch größer.
Das wird man da. Ich bin noch am Weg. Komm ich auch noch zu.
Du musst einfach auch noch Medaillen anlegen. Du musst einfach auch noch Medaillen anlegen.
Jetzt hat er den Schlaf.
Ja. Jetzt können wir noch fliegen.
Ja.
So, wir machen weiter. Darf ich, Herren in Schwarz und Gelb, seines Zeichen Schweizer Meister 2022, zum Staatspräsident bitte, holt eure Goldmedaille! Der Dominik Liechti, Nationalspieler, nimmt seine Goldmedaille in Empfang. Auch der Pascal Hollenstein, Nummer 69, der sich verletzt hat, holt sich seine Goldmedaille, Verstärkung aus dem Kanton Zürich, die Zürich Renegades und der Winterthur Warriors. Nummer 7, Pascal Meyer, hat sich seine Goldmedaille geschnappt. In der Vereinsgeschichte Bern GRIZZLIES Staatsstadt.
8 von 12.
Und jetzt haben wir Big Boys aus der O-Line, Nummer 57. Jürg Stalder mit der Goldmedaille. Nummer 85. Theo Stirnimann mit der Goldmedaille. Big Boy aus der O-Line, Nummer 74. Severin Land. Und auch der O-Liner Nummer 66, Matthias Müller hat seine Goldmedaille. Nummer 48, Sascha Frank mit der Goldmedaille. Jetzt Nummer 51, der Armand Mensen, der früher mal noch Quarterback war bei den GRIZZLIES. Heute in der O-Line holt er den Schweizer Meistertitel. Mischler, wo sich aber leider nicht verletzt hat, seine verdiente Goldmedaille. Auch der Jay Liggins with a gold medal. Wir machen weiter mit der Ehrung vom MVP. Ich habe euch schon einen kleinen Teaser. Der MVP kommt zum Schweizer Meister. Darum bitte ich jetzt sämtliche Bern GRIZZLIES Spieler einen Halbkreis oder in militärischer Sprache ein schönes daher, um den Verbandspräsident zu machen, bevor wir den MVP verkünden.
Aber im Raum darfst du stehen.
And a check for 25 grand.
Can you split your kit for me?
Oh, dang, please.
Wir machen weiter mit dem Schweizer Meisterpokal.
Everyone take your penises out.
Let's go.
We can't breathe.
We might see you maybe.